It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us make it, helps us pay for the podcast. Helps us make it better. Helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do. Haven't we? Since
yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've got kids to pay for. Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest, if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So...
And we already know.
You don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Help
sign
us.
Up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy a starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm starving. That's what we are. Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help!
Another one.
It's happening.
Right, just ignore that. We'll completely delete that.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will.
We won't. Welcome to Another One podcast, where we have started by Ricky's told us a story that we're not allowed to tell anyone. That's probably one of the best stories you've ever heard.
Yeah. So... Fuck you. We love you. Sign up to the Patreon. Patreon.com/.
If you DM us on Patreon,
Another one
we
podcast.
might tell you. Yeah.
No.
No, we won't.
So, welcome to the viewer. We're joined here by 2 debutants.
Ricky Balshaw.
Wild cards.
Yeah,
we're not sure if we've ever met.
Let's be honest. This is the first podcast we're doing where neither one of us has probably met either the guests.
Well, no, me and Ricky, we're quite au fait with one another.
Oh,
Is it Ricky Balshaw to my left?
Is Ricky former Paralympian?
Well, you're always a Paralympian. I went, I'm a Paralympian, yeah. I'm not on the team anymore.
Well, you're not an active Paralympian. You were a Paralympian. Why are you still... You're not still one, are you?
Yeah,
it's not like being a president in America where you
don't give the medal back.
Yeah, but this... So you're president of America, they still call you president, so you're still a Paralympian.
Yeah, man. I'm taking it. Got the tattoo and everything.
So you're
yeah, but I played for Liverpool for like 2 weeks, so can I just say I'm a former Liverpool player?
No, he didn't,
no,
Doug. Don't.
He didn't.
I did?
He didn't.
Under 12s don't.
Yeah.
What do you mean then? You
fucking Paralympics counts though, does it?
Yeah.
Were you called up at half time?
No, I played for I've had trials and I was like,
picking Doug
you have to make sure it's closer to you, Doug. Get the mic close, right here.
Don't want you to not get heard. That's the problem.
1-2.
Yeah,
lovely.
No, I just had trials sort of thing.
Well, that's not playing for.
Yeah, but when I had trials, I played for them. I played in a match.
That's like saying every disabled person might be a Paralympian.
Try hard enough.
I was waiting for it.
So you say you're a Paralympian for life?
Yeah, you're a Paralympian. You're not you're not always the champion.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I suppose I'm looking at
an Olympian is always a Paralympian once they've been.
So you'll always be an Olympian.
Yeah.
You'll just always be everyone so Usain Bolt will always be an Olympian.
It's always an Olympian. Yeah. Just
right. Okay. So you're never always a footballer, are you?
No, that's what I mean. It feels like the Olympics have just decided that themselves and then want the rest of us to just buy into it.
Defo buy into it.
Would you say Alan Hansen's still a footballer?
Nah.
See, that's why you still a Paralympian.
Well, surely it's X then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Former.
Yeah, you go to the Paralympics, you're a Paralympian. It's not.
Yeah, while you're at the Olympics.
It's the title given.
In fact, you weren't even a Paralympian before you got there. Why are you doing the training? You were just some dickhead doing the training.
HMRC
you got there. You had 4 weeks of being a Paralympian, and now you're fucking nothing again.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Now you're a fucking drain on my taxes.
Got a good car out of it though.
Yeah, well, it's all right. I don't pay taxes anyway, so I made up. You got a good car.
Yeah. And Doug Carter.
Hello.
Do you prefer Doug or Douglas? You're Douglas on the socials, aren't you?
No, well, yeah, but that's only because I can't change it.
Yeah, is that because you put full name when you start laughing?
Yeah, thinking that's what you had to do.
Yeah, I done that. That's change all mine to Rob Thomas.
Yeah,
but Robert Thomas, and I was like, no one's ever called me Robert, so why am I doing that?
I only get called Douglas when I'm in trouble.
Yeah, fair enough. Feel like you're often in trouble though.
I used to be in trouble a lot.
Yeah,
bit of a
got told that
handy kid.
Did you?
Well,
we've done our research, mate.
I was done our research. I was walking in as Damn Daniel podcast was leaving, saw Rob Mulholland, and he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" It's like, "Oh, we got Ricky and Doug." And I said, "I've never met them before. I don't know what I'm going to talk about." I said, "Obviously, got the Paralympics thing with Ricky." I said, "But I never met Doug." And he's like, "Oh, listen, he used to be a naughty boy. He used to get up to all sorts. Just ask him about that. Ask him about the sniff, and you'll be sound." And I was like, "All right, sound, yeah. That's what I'll do then."
Oh dear, yeah. I used to
Live the life then?
a little bit, yeah. I was a criminal, but not a bad.
What level?
I was a petty criminal, you know.
Wow, petty.
Semi-pro.
Once you're a criminal, you're always a criminal, mate. Once you're a criminal, you're always a criminal.
No, I used to.
You're not just a criminal when you're in jail.
Hey, I've never done this before in my life, you know. I've just seen you do it, and then you said you're a criminal, and I thought...
4 days off the ale, mate, and he's thinking he's fucking butter.
I've never been to prison, but only because
Right.
I researched how to stay out whenever I went to court.
Yeah, but
you know?
what-
Yeah, but I've done that. I've been to court 4 times, won 3.
Yeah, I've won every time.
How many times you been?
Just a few.
I feel like we need
A few.
I feel like we need a league table of criminals that we've had on the podcast.
I've had my dog
Got
go
Sam
through a few
Ireland.
times.
Oh, have you? Oh,
I've had what?
His dog gone through.
Yeah.
Have you?
They have their own key.
He's doing
Big red one. Boom.
Oh, right.
Not anymore, though. I'm a good boy now. You know, I've settled down, family man and that, and I've
So can you-
changed my ways.
Can you go into what you were...
Some of it I probably can, yeah, but some of it I can't because it's probably still incriminating, like, but...
Wow.
And I'm not
You
too
want to what you're
impressed.
saying on the podcast? I've admitted everything on here.
Yeah, I can't admit some of
Mine's all mainly fraud, though. Mine's just, fucking easy stuff.
it. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the stuff I could admit is like, like going into factories and ripping out all the copper and lead and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah, I've done. Like, I've had that.
And
I
a few other things.
used to rob some copper off the railways when I worked there.
There was a few other things I did that like I'm not too chuffed about now looking back, but makes you who you are, doesn't it?
You know when they say I'm not too happy about it, it's always violence. It's always violence.
There's some big shovel hands you've got there,
No,
mate.
it's not violent.
Some cunt's pissed himself basically,
They're the
and he
biggest-
feels our ass.
They're the biggest hands we've had on the pod, mate, by a mile.
I'm not massively violent. I'm a big guy, but I'm not a violent.
Yeah, you don't
guy.
have to
get
be,
me
that's
wrong,
why,
like,
'cause you're big.
Yeah. I've been backed into a few corners of that.
grok privilege, innit?
But that's not me. I was more of a like. I just did things I wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
I was into the rave scene as well, so I used to
That sounds
knock things out in
like
the rave
Haaland
scene
and all that. Yeah.
stuff like that.
You look like you could be a doorman. Have you ever done a stint on the doors?
I've done the doors a couple of
Have you?
times, but not like I'm one of them that looks more mean than I actually am. Do you know what I mean? It's got me out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Through looking the way I had, but when like real hard people have seen me, they've known that I'm not actually that hard.
You can see it in the eyes, can't you?
Yeah.
You're not willing to go as far as they're willing to go.
Yeah.
So whereabouts in the Midlands from?
A place called Bedworth near Coventry.
Right,
It's like a
okay.
little. It's basically no man's land. We're in
Right.
the middle of everything, so I'm not like how you've got like Birmingham, Leicester, and all these different
Yeah.
areas that
Right.
have got like their big groups. I haven't. I just like Bedworth's just there's nothing there, mate. It's just a little mining and boxing town. So
what made you? So you're quite late to stand up, aren't you?
yeah, I'm old.
So
That's
what-
I'm trying to
how
say,
old
How
isn't
old
it?
are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Nearly 47.
Right, sound. So you must have been quite late into the rave scene then.
No.
Because it was heavy in the 80s, wasn't it? So
Yeah, well, no, it started in the 80s, the late
Yeah.
80s.
yeah.
I was there before, like drum and bass and happy hardcore and all that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there before that with your old Charlie Says days with.
I
like,
don't know.
It was acid house and stuff before
Yeah.
it all split into its own genres. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I was there.
So was you there when you go into warehouses, like illegal raves and warehouses?
Yeah,
and all that?
Wales to like illegal raves in Wales.
All
where you
drink
meet-
drive and all that. And
Where you meet in a car
Yeah.
park and wait for the phone call to go to
Yeah.
it and stuff like that. Yeah. Taking acid with a load of weird hippies in a field. It was fucking great.
yeah, my dad used to do all that. I used to fucking love it.
Miss it, yeah.
I'll still do it.
I did.
more, not so much the illegal side of it, but occasionally. I mean, last night my mate was DJing at a place in Digbuff, and we were meant to go, but we ended up like giving it up and sitting at home and playing games with my lads. So I'm like rave on. Times change,
Right.
don't they?
Yeah.
But occasionally, 2 or 3 times a year, I'll still do an all-nighter and go and get
Blow out some.
messy.
Right. So what made you want to get into it?
Into that.
Why'd you start stand up? So
Just people telling me that you're a funny guy and you should do it. And I started writing. In fact, I wrote for about 10 years, but just didn't have the ball. I come across confident, don't I? But when it comes to
Yeah.
being on stage, I'd shit my pants. So it took me 10 years to build up the courage to actually give it a go.
So what age were you when you started?
2018.
So it's really like 45 sort of?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's bad maths for me, that, isn't it?
My maths is shit as well,
That's bad
mate.
maths, that, isn't it? 47, 2018.
4 years.
Right, yeah. But a pandemic, did you see?
Yeah.
I've had the pandemic.
You took 2 years off.
So I've got 2 years off, 2020. Yeah.
I think I class it as being going for 3 years, taking the pandemic out. So I started January the 18th, 2018.
I think the new way when you should say when someone starts is tell the year, not how long you've been going for. Because then everyone knows we had that 2 year gap.
We'll take the 18
so
months
when I started now, it's 2014.
Yeah,
it used to be like
2010.
5 years, but it's like 2014. And then you hope that person, because you want to see how far you're on. It's 10 years. Not going too well, is it, pal?
So I class myself as a relative newcomer still.
Yeah,
you know
3
what I mean?
years is new, And we're the Ajax of podcasting. We get the talent on, don't we? Before they're discovered by the mainstream podcast scene, we get the new.
So
ones
that's
on.
what we call it with the Ajax. What we'll do, we'll have a good guest. The next thing, a podcast with a bigger profile comes, scoops them up, and apparently he's one of their legends, not ours.
So you wanted to do it for like 10 years,
Yeah.
really? You just couldn't.
Yeah.
Did you have a course to get to?
No.
You didn't. You just got
fucking natural, mate.
Hollybush.
When did you get up?
Well, I did
Like
one.
first?
I did one at it was at a jazz club. I said to my mate, I'm going to fucking give it a go. So he got me this place at a jazz club, and it was musical. Like they were all over 60. I did a couple of really ruthless like gags, and they all just looked at me like, and I forgot my material and everything. Come off stage, some guy went, "You're good," and I went, "Did you just watch that, mate? It was fucking shit." And he went, "Nah, wrong place for your material." And he told me about a place.
Who was this Oracle?
Don't know who he was. He gave me a bit of paper.
Just turned about the blue.
Roger Swift.
He gave it me. I put this bit of paper in my pocket, and then I washed my jeans and just didn't find it. And then I ran away for another 5 years. And then I went to watch Jack and Andy, as it goes. Jack Kerwin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gary
I watched them
Poundland
at
and
the Criterion in Leicester for part of the Leicester Comedy Festival. And he went, where you been, like? So I'd been and found a place that had ended up burning down. And I told him I've run away for a bit. And he went, you need to go to the Hollybush. And that was it then. Found the Hollybush, went and watched there for a few
Francis.
months. Yeah, I love Dave. Dave Francis, he's a legend.
Are they still doing it?
Yeah.
Every Thursday, man.
That's where I like to go and trial. Whenever I've got new material, I'll give it its first air in there. Because if you get a titter from the bush, you'll get a laugh elsewhere.
Is it
Titter from
is
the
it
bush.
still like a purple curtain?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Got the purple curtain, yeah.
I haven't been in a fucking good.
Does he still give you a samosa every now and then? Does he put
No, he's
samosas
just
on?
got his fucking
Got pot
fridge full of
noodles
pot
there, mate.
noodles, isn't he?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
You have a pot noodle for the axe?
Yeah. Not for the axe. You have to buy the fucker.
Oh, right.
He had new carpets in there recently, but it wasn't a new carpet. He just gone and get a load of free samples and put them on the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did you see the fucking thing he had for the women's bogs? He just had a massive board with women's bogs written on it and an arrow
Fucking
pointing.
hell.
Nah, last time I was there, the light had gone out in the women's toilet, so he just took the ball back of the men's and put it in the women's.
The men don't need to see where they
I
pissed,
was
do
slipping
they?
all over
I
the place.
torch
Fucking
it.
nightmare.
Like you were doing a slalom.
Yeah, I was like,
Has he got a
man.
disabled toilet?
Has he fucked, mate?
Yeah, outside. That's
Yeah,
it.
there's a tree outside.
Piss where you sit,
It
innit?
happens, we're disabled, it happens, right?
Fucking hell. Does it? My experience in the bush, I think I've done it like twice.
I think I've done. I think I've done a few.
I went down there and did
when I
a
first started.
car share with Binty, Chris Sullivan, Mike Osborne, and me. And I don't know if there was someone else, but so we all went down there, and there was just like, 16 acts on. But the room is no bigger than this, is it?
Tiny.
And like, I was thinking, did they get many punters?
Yeah. They've got a die-hard following.
Like,
of,
like
of
8
like,
people.
Yeah.
No, every time after there's
but-
been like 30 or 40.
No, they won't get
Yeah,
30
but most
in
of
there,
them are
mate.
acts, isn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
You
ones
know
that
what?
sit
It's been
at the
so long, I
back,
don't remember.
They're like the
Top left-hand
diehards.
corner used to be
Yeah.
audience, and then I think when I was there was like last time I was there was a big group of women in the middle as well.
The door to get in is next to the stage, innit? So you're coming in, the stage is there, and then, yeah.
It's a baptism of fire, the bush is.
I did my first
So it's-
gig there.
I've
First
you?
ever gig at the Bush, man.
Yeah,
You
the
were
mad
there.
thing is, I'd emceed it the week before, and everyone took off, and there was a young lad there going, I'm going to start next week. So he turned up the next week, and I was emceeing again. And I says, you having a go this week? He went, yeah. And I died on my arse emceeing. It was one of them where the crowd...
I think you'd be quite a good MC.
Oh,
You got a bit of authority about you.
I'm getting there.
No, but then he might have the same thing I've got,
Oh, it scares the audience.
Yeah. So I've stopped MCing completely because when I tried,
Did you start?
Exactly, because when I started,
You did
it was
one at the
terrible.
bush and threatened everyone.
I did about four or five, did some on my own. But when I'm asking people, what are you doing? Yeah. Like what's your name? It's like who the fuck? It's basically like I'm going to someone. Who are you? And what are you doing here? And what do you do for a living? Who the fuck do you think? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's what it comes across like. Me.
See, I'm different. I come across like that, but then as soon as I get on stage, I'm quite warming.
Right.
That's so.
Oh no,
BFG.
As soon as I'm on stage, I'm threatening to fight a lot of them.
Chewing 1,000 wasps.
Yeah. Normally, I'm not right. Just in my head, just fucking too many buzzers going around in my head.
So you did Bush first gig.
First gig.
Are you a regular at the Bush now?
Every now and again I'll go there. I wouldn't say regular.
How far are you from the Bush?
40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Same
Is it
for me.
every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Why are you going to go down and do it?
No, I just think like it's
It's
a lot in it every
you go
week.
back and prove yourself.
Every week doing like it's just like fair play to him even putting it on.
No, he's got an abundance of acts that want to go to the Bush and do it. It's like,
Is it one of them? No, is it just because it's so well known now? The Bush, it's sort of establishing itself as this sort of go. Like,
It's a bit like the Comedy Balloon, maybe in Manchester.
Look at us smiling about talking about it, but if you really think about it, it was a shit gig when I remember.
Oh yeah,
if
it was like
on your doorstep,
it was
you'd be there
50.
often.
It was 50-50 when I done it. Like same as the
pros and cons.
What's the one? The fucking Manchester one you just mentioned.
Comedy Balloon.
Comedy Balloon. Like that was shite whenever I done it.
Yeah,
but like it's just one of them gigs.
It's like the
everyone
longest running
does. It's
open
just been
mic.
going for so long.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Seen some people. I've seen it destroy people.
Yeah.
That have gone there thinking that they're good, and then they've gone there and had a bad gig, and you've never seen them again. It's one of them.
Who are they?
I don't know. I've never seen them again.
Fucking pussies, mate.
But it is. It's, I like it there. I do. I like it. It's a tough room, and I think you learn more from the tough rooms, don't you?
Depends. It's got to be a playable room.
That gig. I mean, I think it's the kind of gig you do on you like if it's local to you and you want to run out some new stuff, maybe. But I mean, I don't know what you'd learn from.
I like it there. Like I say,
I had the good gig when I did that one.
It's such a bad place. It's good.
I haven't got a bad word to say about it. I absolutely love the Bush.
Right.
Yeah, Dave Francis has been really good to me. In fact, after my fourth gig, I managed to sneak onto a pro bill where I was middling. I went there, and in my head, I knew what I had to do. I got there, got heckled, didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I walked away from there, went back to the Bush the next day, and he was like, "How did that go?" And I went, "It was fucking awful." And he went, "Why?" I said, "I got heckled, I didn't know how to deal with it." And he went, "Oh, okay." And then I've got on stage to do my bit, and as soon as I said my first word, Dave went, "Get on with it!" And I was like, I've only just fucking started. And in my head, I was thinking, I know what you're doing here. You're heckling me to get me used to it. So Dave's got a knack of helping you without you realising at first he's helping.
I think
you.
I'd have just fucking...
He's
I'd have just
good,
fucking
David.
chinned. Like,
No,
fuck
mate.
off, you cheeky cunt. I'm doing this for fuck all. Fucking 8 cunts in the corner paying you.
I
Fuck
think
off.
if you get there and you understand how he works, you'll understand that
no.
what he's doing is he's helping you. It's
Right.
a good place.
Eric
is
does
a
it
good
now and
place.
again, doesn't he, Rushton? And,
Does he, yeah?
I was there a while back, and David went down into the cellar and just started shouting shit at Eric while he was on stage.
How
Eric
can
didn't
you
know what to
hear him
fucking
from
do.
the cellar?
He was giving it loads, man. He went, "Eric, you fucking shit." Just giving it loads, man. It was mint. Do you want a beer? No.
Have you seen him when he gets really wankered, Dave, and gets on stage to do 5 minutes before and like 20 minutes later he's still going?
I was there when he was so pissed. He got on the roof and started taking pictures from the roof on Bushfest.
No.
Yeah. He climbed onto the fucking roof and started taking pictures on his phone. of the
He's
outside.
fucking
Yeah,
mad.
he's fucked, man.
Angelos Epiphimu did Bushfest and he was sitting behind him heckling him while he was on, and Angelos looked round at him, he's gone, "I'm getting heckled by the fucking guy that runs the place."
Mate, first time I was there, he got that pissed. I was like sat on one of them leather seats by the bar, and he like tripped over me, landed flat on me. So I'm bench pressing the cunt off me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fucking hell, what have I come
Yeah.
to?" It was mint, love it.
Landed on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I know. Yeah. You thought a little dressage boy, I'm going to try.
Dave Francis going to get me too, didn't he now? He's got all the Paralympians coming to the Bush.
I was able to
Fucking Jimmy Savile on it. Yeah, and he looks a bit weak. I
Can't
fucking
wait for the
yeah.
Holly Bush documentary on Netflix. Dave Francis, how long's he been doing that gig then? That must be like fucking 20 years.
Is he a comic himself?
I've no
He
idea.
does bits. He MCs it and he does little bits himself. But I think he just enjoys the scene. He likes seeing new acts coming through. And stuff.
I think them ones who run them open mics regularly, like Jason who does Comedy Balloon, who's there every week, and him doing the holiday, and also like the pros and cons. I don't know whether George still bothers with that pros and cons anymore.
It's still going.
But like, there must be something they like about just putting on for new people.
Yeah.
And to be honest, them nights are needed for like. Because when you're new and you turn up, you do want to have it, smash it, and
you do learn loads from nights like that.
Well,
like,
just
like I say, it's got to be playable. If a room's playable, if you have a bad one, you will learn from it, sort of thing. It's when you go there, and it's like there's no point in this gig.
But no, but you say that, you turn up at Bakewell and you've got a room and you're like, I've shouted at fucking no one in the Holly Bush for 10 minutes, and now I'm shouting into the void at Bakewell in front of 100 people that don't give a shit. I've been in this environment before. So like you turn up at these tiny gigs where there's 3 audience who've wandered in and out, 8 acts, you go, and now I've got to stand up here and perform like I'm performing at the Comedy Store. And then it's like, oh God, this is going to be miserable. But then you just got to go, we'll just perform it like you're performing in the Comedy Store. And then that means when you're at the Comedy Store and it's a shit
that's
gig.
what you do. But what I do is just throw a strop for 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's why you're getting knocked back by the fucking bookers. That's why they're ignoring your emails.
One booker.
But what a booker they are.
Who's this?
You want to go gig for gig, do we? Having a go before because you just wanted to.
I'm not having a go. I'm just saying.
Pick up that Comedy Store there.
No, I don't do the stuff. No, what I'm saying is, it's when you do them like 10 minutes in these corners of the bars.
No,
when no one gives a fuck. It's like, go and perform in front of that. It's like, fuck that. I'm not performing in front of that. That looks horrible.
That's
also, when you go to a big stag do, and it's like, this room looks like a bear pit, and you're like, well, I'll stand on stage. I'll go on there. I'll stand there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, is that what you were saying? You trying to justify?
But you look at it. You turn up and you go like, you got to go and do. If you said to somebody, a normal man, go in that room now and stand by that fruit machine and do stand up to these people that aren't listening, you'd go, nah, I'm not bothered. That's humiliating.
Yeah.
You go, well, do it because you've got to get your ego battered out of you.
And that's what the Bush has done.
Yeah,
that's what the Bush does.
Your ego out of you. So you go, I've got nothing left.
The Bush gets you ready for the toughest of the tough gigs. That's the best way to look at the Bush.
Well, that's it. Well, it depends.
I don't know, I've had worse gigs than the Bush.
Yeah.
But you were ready for them because of the Bush.
Well, it depends really. Like the roughest gigs you can get where the audience are just like when I did that Roadworkers gig the other day, and they're just wanting to shout at you, speak to each other, and you just say to them politely, just please, just for the next 15 minutes, don't talk to each other. And don't shout anything, and this might work. And then they got angry because I told them off. And then the gig was going okay, and they weren't happy. The fact that I told them it would go well if you don't talk. And then they start talking again and say, oh, well, so we try my best. And then that's it.
Those Christmas gigs are the worst, didn't they? You mentioned Rob earlier. I did a gig with him at Christmas, and someone took my fucking sticks off me. Worst heckle of my life.
Exactly, there you go.
It was dog shit.
What gig was that?
I can't remember, just some fucking pub.
Whereabouts?
Nottingham way.
I done a gig once. And
Rob was closing it. I did a middle, and I made a joke about a fucking shit dog that this bloke looked like he shouldn't have that type of dog. He should have had a big one. He stole my sticks.
He come on stage?
Yeah. Like while I was on stage, luckily I had the mic stand to lean on. Took my sticks off me straight up. Yeah.
That's a decent heckle. It's like fucking get
No, that's assault. Can you imagine if someone came and broke your legs on stage? I can't move now because I've not got my sticks.
When I went to the gig, and you know Andy, Andy Grant, he's a former Marine. He's was in that. What's the fucking games Prince Harry done? Invictus Games.
Oh, the Invictus Games.
He was in Invictus Games, sort of thing. Called himself the fastest person on one leg over so many meters or whatever.
Right.
Bullshit. I was doing
that is bullshit because he'd have been in the Paralympics, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Well, he was.
Fastest on one leg.
I was on stage.
Oh right.
And he threw his leg on stage.
Oh.
I just kept it.
Right.
I just walked back.
So did that to Callum, didn't they?
Yeah, I just took back to the green room being like, well, that's where that's going now. So if you want it back, you got to come and hop and come and get it, you fucking cheeky prick. But luckily,
absolute art, isn't it?
But luckily, I know who he is because he's from Bayars. So got
the podcast.
Yeah. Loads of his mates are my mates. So I just started giving him loads about all his mates. Think he's a dickhead.
Right.
And like saying, oh, you know so and so. Yeah, he fucking hates you. You gobshite. And then then the audience were all on my side and that. So there was all sounds. But yeah, he just fucking threw his leg at me. I was like, fucking great.
Matt Richardson's got a bit about that, when someone threw in a...
Yeah, I think he's got something like that. Yeah. A prosthetic limb coming up on stage, working its way to the
stage.
Hey.
Like fucking prosthetic top trumps here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got non-prosthetic, have you?
Everything's there. It doesn't work very well, but it's there. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is the condition then?
Cerebral palsy.
Oh, is it right?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
stuff when I was
Hack, mate.
born. Yeah, fake.
Yeah.
It's not fake, it's just
common,
hack.
mate,
Everyone's
so
got it.
common. Everyone's
Exactly.
got it, haven't they?
Cerebral palsy's the one where they all like, they're all comedians, that's why.
Because people have been laughing at us for years. Haven't they?
They're taking it back now, aren't they? They're taking the power back.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that what Jack Carroll cerebral palsy as well?
Cal CP, yeah.
Who's the Canadian
Lost
fella
Voice
from down
Guys
south?
CP. Rosie Jones CP.
Look, see, fucking
Canadian
Canadians,
fella from
too
down
many
south.
of you.
Who I gigged with the other day as well. That was
Canadian fella, mixed race.
the one who's
Where's Jarmy's on
with the
stage?
same agent.
Aaron Simmons.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
CP, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Is
see.
he?
Yeah, he's CP.
Yeah.
I think
What is it
so,
about
yeah.
CP that makes you all think you're funny?
Because nothing else works, so we've got to train the mind, haven't we, mate?
Right. So when did you start?
Comedy
Yeah.
or CP? Day fucking one, mate.
See, now CP to me is a cream pie, I'll be honest with you.
Mate, I was less than a year ago. I'm proper new.
Really? So you're after the pandemic?
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
man.
So when was
his
you
first gig?
when was you
I
in
seem to
the
feel like I've known you for ages.
I know, it feels like a fucking eternity. doesn't
when
it,
was you in
mate?
the Paralympics?
2008.
Right. So when did you know then you wanted to try and do stand up or something like that, or did you
I'd wanted to
finish
He
the
wanted to
Paralympics?
do stand-up
Finish
all his life.
Paralympics and things.
Terrible joke.
Doctors have been trying for years, mate.
Doesn't work, does it?
I told that on the Patreon before, and you've stolen that. You're right.
No, we haven't. What are you on about?
Let's not talk about
No,
jokes.
you
Leave
said
that, leave it.
You said it. You said the stand-up one, and you said
Yeah.
they both want to be stand-up comedians or stand-ups. They both want to be stand-ups, and then I
Yeah.
pointed out the joke. You said
No.
it was an accidental joke.
I said they both
we
want
won't
to be
go into
stand-ups.
it. Let's
And I
not
went,
bother.
well, actually, they both just
Let's
want
not
to
bother.
stand up.
It's no right. Well, we'll watch whatever. Go on. So
Nah, because I did a lot of academic
joke
stuff.
thieves though.
Yeah, I make this whole podcast is.
Yeah.
Right.
Joke thieves. That's a long story.
Why? What's
Right,
happened?
I'll
They've
look
been
at
accused
that
of
in a minute. I want to do more about.
No, we
So
haven't, no.
2008, you're in the Paralympics.
Yeah.
Do you know then you want to do all of you come out of it and gone, fuck, I need to do something now.
Nah, I came out of it and did loads of like corporates because you get like do motivational talking and stuff.
Right.
That's what Andy Grant does. The father's on about with the
So
one
I did
like.
a load of that, and obviously my sport was dressage.
Yeah.
You know me a bit. My talks were not very dressage. They
Right.
were more entertaining.
Yeah.
So stand up less than a year, but I've been doing that shit for years.
So you've got a bit of
Entertaining.
stage sort of. You've been right. Yeah.
I've been doing that for 12
So
years.
how long was you doing the motivational speaking for then?
Oh, years, mate. I started probably 2006
Did
before
you?
I'd even gone to a games, yeah. And then that only stopped recently, 2016, when I retired from sport, and that's probably when that dried up.
So is that dried up, was it?
Yeah, I'm yesterday's news.
You're no longer motivating anyone anymore.
That's it.
You're
They
not
did-
still going
Yeah.
in schools and all that now?
Nah, they
Nah, I don't want them.
like,
You
there's
can
been
motivate
two-
them now.
there's been two
They
Paralympics
figured
since
you
I-
out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
They've seen him at the
Fucking
bush, mate. They've got
milking
to pay him now. Why are we going to pay him
They've seen
$2,000
me-
to see? Let's go see him at the bush if you want, but nothing.
They've seen my set now. It's not
Yeah,
school
yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
So yeah, just got into that, and then they want today's news, don't they? They want the most regular medals. They
Right.
don't want yesterday's fucking medals.
That must be mad.
So
that.
cynical, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true,
It's
though.
just like you're no longer motivating us now. You
Yeah,
just
that's it.
you're still a
On to
Paralympian,
the
of
next
course, aren't you?
CP.
Yeah.
I need to drop you now then as a
Yeah.
mate
It's
and find a
lucrative
new one.
CP market, mate, isn't it? People be wanting to have it now.
Yeah, now you got to wait for Rosie Jones to die so you can get on telly.
Yeah, she needs to hurry up with that shit.
Yeah, Rosie Jones,
Get
get
on
off.
telly, man.
Jack Carroll's
Right.
too many of them on telly now. He's fucked. You're not looking at it and go, fucking hell, there's too many Paralympians that can't do motivational speaking.
Sicker at the
Too many
fucking wheelchair,
CPs on the
mate.
telly that can't even get on the telly anymore.
CPs, that's to me and my
All you keep
group
hearing
is
is
cream pie.
don't you? Every time we say CP, you hear cream pie.
So oh, what I was going to say. So you do the dressage,
Used to, yeah.
right?
How old were you started
Yeah.
that?
4. Well, I started riding when I was 4 through physio. For whatever
Really?
reason, they saw this real disabled kid and thought, oh no.
So how bad was you before?
Fuck him on horse.
Yeah, this kid's disabled. Stick him on a fucking horse, which is notorious for disabling people.
Have they not
possibly
seen?
go
Have they
wrong,
not seen
right?
Superman? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll see if it reverses it. It might do it. It might reverse it.
That's
so they put me on
unbelievable,
a
that.
horse. And that, like, going back to, I was fucked as a kid. Like, I didn't have the coordination that much. I couldn't even clap my hands. I was fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then
So what's the reason they put people on? Is that like for everyone?
no, there's
A
certain
common, or just
disabilities.
rich people will get diagnosed
No,
with
They paid for it. Like, it was all free.
Who's
The
they?
NHS.
Us.
NHS. Yeah,
horse
say-
riding.
Can you from now on? Can you say
treatment,
we?
innit?
Can you say we pay for you? You pay for it, yeah.
You don't pay tax,
I know, but I'm like stolen valor.
right? So I just don't understand why the horse.
So the theory is because, like, there are a few different types of cerebral palsy, and the type I've got is a spastic type. So it's like the type, I knew one of them would fucking giggle then. I knew one of them would giggle.
Spastic type.
Spastic, yeah.
So how many different types of cerebral palsy is there?
It's like 4, I think.
Is there?
Yeah, there's spastic, then there's the opposite, but I don't know what the word is for that.
Non-spastic, yeah.
Non-spastic.
Unspastic.
Yeah. And then there's a few in between, like, so for my type, because the muscles are tight, they put you on a horse because it stretches all the muscles in the legs.
What's by being on the horse?
Just by being on the horse, yeah. And then because the horse is moving, because I've got no natural balance, so you're fighting to get your balance back all the time. So
it seems cruel.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
It's terrifying.
Stick him on a horse. Watch him fall off. This will be
some of them medieval times where they go, SCP, we'll stick him on a horse and make him ride through the village. See how far they get. Oh, he's dead. Like in Borrow with the running of the Jew and all that shit. Fucking hell, mate. This is horrible.
It's a knockout.
Sticking a 4-year-old with no balance on a horse with no hands and no coordination.
It gets fucking worse. So that's that. But then there was this thing in Budapest called the Petro Institute. So my mum and dad remortgaged their house, sent me to communist Budapest when I was 5 to learn how to walk. And that shit was like, it was communist. There was no human right. Like the shit that they were doing then, you wouldn't be allowed to do now.
What, to try and make you
to
walk?
Make me walk, yeah. Like, because I was on a frame and stuff as
Why
a kid.
did your mum and dad think that was a good idea then?
Fuck knows, mate. They just hated me.
Probably didn't know that much about it and thought that had helped, didn't they?
Yeah. So what year was this?
I'm trying to justify it for your parents.
Well, how many you got siblings, by the way?
I got a younger brother. He
Right,
was able-bodied. He got all the fucking good
Right,
shit.
yeah.
They practiced on me.
So what,
he ain't got a silver medal though, has he?
What year was? So what year did you go to?
I was born 86, so it would have been 1990.
1990. See, that was the peak time of someone told you something in the pub, you believed it. I'll tell you, that's my dad gets told. My dad gets told something in the pub, and that's it.
Because no one was
gospel.
going to the library to find out the truth.
It's gospel. So someone said to you, "I have on the pub. I seen something in the best day." You know, it makes them little cripples walk, and your dad's gone, "Fuck it, let's remortgage the house."
They remortgaged the house, sent you to Budapest, and did they stay in the UK?
How much was Budapest?
I don't know, mate. I was 4.
Right.
Did they stay in the UK?
You never asked since.
I didn't. No.
Did your parents not throw it at you every 5 minutes?
Nah. My mum came out with me.
So she came to live with you, but your dad stayed at home.
Yeah.
Having a great time, just getting bevied. Yeah.
Hey, mate, Dad, I remortgaged my house for a month on my own.
So you and your mum went over to Budapest for how long?
Yeah, so I'd go over for like 2 months at a time, then come back for a month, and then go out again. That went on for about 4 years.
Yeah, man. So what were they doing that was so unethical?
Oh, mate, they'd like... So I was on a frame at the time.
Skitting
like, for example, like... just fucking battering us.
Yeah, we're going to bully him to walk.
Rabid dogs after him.
Yeah.
Run your bastard.
Yeah, they've eaten him shit. That didn't work.
Just like forest.
Survival of the fittest, like...
Right.
Like lunch
Run,
was
Ricky,
up about
run.
5 flights of stairs. If you didn't fucking get up there, you just didn't eat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then like it became very apparent.
Yeah, well, my dad used to make me do keepy-ups in the garden with a football, and we didn't do enough of them.
Yeah, because that's comparable.
That's so we've all had a hard life.
You don't know his plight, Ricky.
I wish I could do a keepy-up.
Look at the size of me now. How good do you think a keepy-ups I am?
They tried to make him do keepy-ups in Budapest, mate. Didn't he?
That's why
he had to do keepy-ups up the stairs to get his lunch.
He had to keep himself up.
And I'd always fall over.
It's not bad.
And it was like
Cheers,
it
Rick.
became a better use of their time to teach me how to not hurt myself falling over than to not fall over.
Teach out best of all.
They just
like
come and push me
BJJ,
over and
just
shit.
crash batting.
They just come and like push you over. They wouldn't even let your parents stay and watch. They into this place. They fucked your parents off and then just went to town for like 12 hours.
So they basically took your parents' remortgage money just to keep pushing you over.
Yeah.
You know, man, I need to get into this shit.
Good screw, that, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Fucking hell, Ricky.
Hey, you know when you said before, there's things that you done that you regretted.
Oh, I've
It's
been
not-
telling the world about that shit.
Did you ever work in Budapest? So you went over there, and then is your mum?
So at no point, when did you realise that maybe
your
that shouldn't have been happening?
Can I ask a question?
In a minute.
Does your mum ever know what they're doing to you?
No, because when they pick you up at the end of the day, it's all fucking lovely.
So it's just like abusive.
This is
nursery.
like Happy Gilmore when the nan gets dropped off, isn't it?
Yeah.
To make the quilts and shit.
It's like,
Yeah.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. One of them.
try and get that mic just.
Yeah.
Am I too far?
Don't want you to get if
You're
you
going
don't
away
get
from it,
hurt.
so
Doing your
they-
gangster lean, Doug.
Lean-
You can
I
lean
help it.
Just lean into the mic. Yeah, lean into the mic when you're
That's fine.
talking. That's all.
So they just pick you up. Oh yeah, he's fine, and there's no
Yeah.
bruises, nothing like that.
Nah, they taught
They
me how
hid
to
'em.
land, didn't they?
That's like the first
They
station you lay in a
in fact, they didn't like
BJJ.
hit us, but they'd push us over and that, and kick the sticks and that. Yeah,
He kicked the sticks.
yes, true story.
I shouldn't be laughing
wish I
at
could
this.
make- I
It's
wish I was
wrong.
making this
So
shit
then,
up.
what does your What do your mum and dad think about
when you're
that
8,
now?
you must be able to
I
talk.
think now they know. Like,
When you're 8,
What do they think about? Do they feel really bad that they did that?
because
because you know what they do was they never admit it.
Yeah.
They never admit they're wrong.
I know, but that's what we're getting to.
Like-
We're going to uncover that, Bob.
Yeah,
You
all
have
right,
to tell
sorry.
the story to the end.
Yeah, all
We
right,
get to the
sorry.
end where his dad's going to... 40-minute mark, his dad will be going, I mean, that's why my dad's a piece of shit. And I do
Sorry, mate.
do they
sorry.
ever-
it worked.
I jumped the gun.
It worked, whatever, like, because I was proper fucked. Like, I was in a wheelchair or in a frame, and I'm walking on, like, straight sticks now. I can wipe my own ass. I can eat. So it was...
I can't even wipe my own ass. You'd fly. You'd fly in.
So at the start, like, I'm intrigued now as well. Your
Great,
arms,
that,
so
isn't
your arms didn't work
I mean,
as
it's
well,
not great, but it's-
and you've kind of.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's good to know, man.
Well, it had to happen.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
like,
you would
otherwise
be
I was in
dead.
a fucking hell of a
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
Yeah, but was there not like better places?
Like, in
Surely can't be the
hindsight-
only place in the whole
Well,
world
yeah, in
that made
hindsight.
people with cerebral palsy.
At the time, that was like, it was like pioneering at the time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Come here,
Pioneering 'cause
let
no
us
one
push
was-
you over for
And
the
then-
price of a house.
When I was about 10, the same people came over to the UK, to Sheffield, to do a similar sort of thing, but obviously the different human rights laws over here,
Yeah.
and you just were the same. It was shit. Well, it wasn't shit. Obviously, we enjoyed it more, but you
You
didn't
just
get the
can't
results.
bully like
So you went?
Budapest.
Yeah, I got sent there again. Yeah.
So they
Fucking
come
hell.
over.
It was just like a regular physio session in the UK.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Was you there, like, looking at the others who'd never been to Budapest
mate,
going?
it was a
You haven't got a
walk in the
fucking
park.
clue what you.
It was great, yeah.
So do you when you go over to Budapest? So do they ever? Obviously, you're only 4, so you won't know. Have you asked your mum about what they said and how they sold it to them and what they said they were going to do? You've never been interested in it.
No.
Do you remember? Because you're only 4 till 8.
I can remember.
Do you remember
bits.
what was
I
it?
can remember bits. I can't remember much. In fairness, I can remember
Right.
bits of it.
You got too
I
many.
can remember
Pretty
the
fucking good job. You
Yeah,
never
yeah.
really.
Probably
That could have
blocked it out,
tortured
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
Too many
PTSD,
concussions in
mate.
it.
Yeah.
Fucking- I can see.
Yeah.
Get your guard up.
That's it, mate.
Feels like Goodwill Hunting. It's
So
not
you
your
don't-
fault, Ricky.
you
Right?
don't remember
It's not
much
your
of it?
fault.
I don't remember. I remember little bits and pieces.
What is there any in
Bits like
particular moment that goes? Whoa, that was a heavy one.
Yeah, I remember like getting pushed over like 4 or 5 times on the bounce. Getting-
Like when you're in school and they won't let you get up
yeah,
and they
there was
go,
no
hey.
crash mats or nothing. Like, and then one minute one of them would boot my stick. I'd go down, I'd get back up, and then someone else would come in and like they're throwing like
They're
the physio
standing there with a
ball.
clipboard,
Yeah,
just
Imagine that
messing me
being
up, like,
your
yeah,
job,
yeah.
though. Getting paid
Yeah.
to just.
to volley a
Fuck up
5-year-old.
Yeah, not just a 5-year-old, but a 5-year-old that's got
Yeah.
fucked legs.
The
Fucking
theory
hell,
was,
man.
like getting up and down all the time. It's like exercising.
You know what?
like-
Actually, I kind of see
like-
where they
like
were
muscle
coming
memory.
from.
What
now.
method behind the madness?
Was it like muscle memory sort of thing? Where eventually you just start doing it, like
yeah. And like you had a bit of a rest in the day.
Couldn't they just
on these
put
beds.
you down? Do you know what I mean? So they put rather than push you, just
Yeah,
go
but
like
then
lying
the
down
theory
and get
of
up
that
now.
is you don't learn how to land and you hurt yourself when you actually fall over.
So you're really good at like camo rolls
mate,
and shit.
very
now.
rarely do I hurt myself falling over now.
So they're not trying to cure. They were trying to prepare you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
your life, but they
Like,
thought we
it's
can't
gonna be
cure this.
shit. Let's fucking make it a bit easier. Well, ish.
Yeah, make it shit.
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get
shit,
fucked
it's
up like
easy in the long
Superman
run.
falling off his horses, did he? So it's got to have done something good for him.
So
Yeah, but he
when-
was already fucked though.
I
So
did break
like,
myself a lot though. in
yeah,
fairness.
there's a base level with Superman and with Ricky that isn't the same.
Superman hadn't been pushed over from 4.
Yeah,
so he
that's what I'm
weren't ready
saying.
for
So,
it.
but with Superman, he fell off a horse and then like he turned into what he turned into. With Ricky,
Into what he
with
did.
Ricky, the damage.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know the words to describe it without aren't offensive.
Yeah, but how do you know that wouldn't have happened to Ricky if he hadn't have been pushed over when he was 4? So he was
But how do
ready,
you know
ready
that?
for
How do you know
how
that
to.
didn't happen to Ricky because he was already?
Well,
fucked?
let's ask
Because-
Ricky, shall we? Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
I can answer that because I have broken my back falling off a horse and I was
Have
all
you?
right. Yeah.
You broke more than your back, though, ain't you? You broke
yeah,
a
I broke
lot.
loads, yeah.
So the horse was what age?
Say again.
The horse when did they take to get on the
The
horse?
horse is about
When I was
6
4.
months old.
So when you were 4, you got on a horse.
Yeah.
Was that over in Budapest?
No, that was in the UK. So
And then
in
wh-
between going there, I was riding.
Right, so you're riding. Then you went to Budapest.
Yeah.
Got pushed about a bit for 4 years.
Yeah,
That was
basically.
horrific for you.
Yeah, it wasn't
Pushed about a bit. That's a good way
Came
to say it.
back at
Yeah.
8
good. Yeah.
and then went
on
to
the horse?
Sheffield
They went to Sheffield,
to do the same shit but not as
but
strong.
it was just like physio. Yeah. It was
Right.
just like, yeah. There was nice little
And you
mats
did-
down and stuff. It was lovely.
And you did that for how long? We just
Oh, I only went there a couple of times because the results weren't as good.
and you were still at the same time doing the
But I was
horses.
still riding. Yeah.
So when
Right.
you were riding, so
Yeah.
like, at any point did it stop becoming like a physio thing? When did it stop becoming a physio thing
Yeah. So
and start becoming just something you did?
it stopped.
So like
being
at 8 years
physio.
old, was it still doing any good for you, or you just like liked riding now, or what?
Nah, because I joined an able-bodied riding school, so I was trying to keep up with the normal kids.
At what age was that?
9, 10.
Yeah.
No, it's probably a bit earlier than that actually, because I won the nationals when I was 10.
So say you went at 8. So at 8,
Yeah.
was that just because that's something you did now?
Yeah. That it was a hobby then.
Yeah.
So I was riding 3-4 times a week, and I got onto the team so I won the national championships when I was 10 at the juniors.
So as a juniors, so this dressage is what's this?
Dressage. Yeah.
So what age did you start dressage then?
Well, I started riding at 4, and then just.
Well, I probably don't know what dressage is as well. So do you want to explain dressage?
It's
as well?
the dancing
That's
horses.
what I thought it was.
Nailed
Yeah,
it, mate,
with the horses, do the crip walks and all that.
Crip walks, yeah. Have you seen that video of
It's Snoop Dogg? Yeah.
Brilliant.
What's that?
The Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg when they're going and watching the dressage from the Olympics.
Right, no, I ain't seen
Snoop
it.
Dogg's
Snoop Dogg's like, oh, he's crip walking.
Because they do the...
Yeah.
Oh, I like it, yeah.
Are you jumping over anything in dressage or
Nah,
just
I've
strictly
jumped twice and once was by accident. It was bad.
So the dressage is just basically making the horse...
Making them dance and you do it to music and that, yeah.
Right. So what age... So you started at 8? I didn't even know you
Yeah. I was on the
All
I was on the team
Olympians
when I was
start
14.
early, don't they? Because they're done by the time they're 25.
What's this?
All Olympians.
Eddie the Eagle
gymnasts,
Edwards
innit?
didn't.
Yeah, but hold on. I just feel like...
Eddie the Eagle Edwards.
Oh, the swimmer.
No, Eddie... Do you not know who Eddie the Eagle is?
Oh, I'm thinking of Eric the Eel from Kenya.
Right.
The one
Yeah,
that
Eric
did
the
the
Eel.
class, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
He was treading
water, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they had to get rescued by the fucking...
It was the ski jumper. He was a plasterer, weren't he? And then he decided he was going to be a ski
The
jumper.
Ian Wright of ski jumping.
No, he just basically said, I'm going to be an Olympian. So, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that's
My
how
hero.
easy it is to
In
become an
fairness,
Olympian.
yeah, it's a piece of piss, mate.
Yeah. So you're doing dressage at 8.
Dressage. Yeah.
So was that just because you... Because obviously I don't know nothing. Horse riding is just fucking alien to me.
Yeah.
Like something posh people do. And you just say you have to remortgage your house, go to Budapest, and I went there for the weekend and it cost me... I just went with my bears. It wasn't a thing, so...
He weren't posh, though. That's the thing.
That's why I'm asking. That's right. So, how do you end up getting into dressage then?
Just fell into it. And I was just
Fall into everything, don't you?
Boy, it happens.
Just fell into it and didn't hurt myself. Just fucking...
got back on hungry. Budapest, baby. So I just joined an able-bodied riding school. I was trying to keep up with the normal kids, and then started competing against disabled
So riding
people.
school, did they just suddenly... Because I just thought riding school was they took you riding.
Yeah.
So a riding school, they're like, let's just have some fun with the horse. Like,
Yeah, you learn dressage.
so obviously when I go and
first.
play footy as a kid, you was going to play footy and then, he's a good player, let's put him in county, let's put him in something else. At what point did they go, let's have that lad do dressage?
Yeah, but so you learn dressage first. It's the flat work. So that's like the basics for everything. And then you either go into your show jumping or your cross country. And
Were
all
you
that.
always interested in that as an event? Like,
No.
do you know what I mean? It's like an odd one to sort of
Even-
go, oh, look, there's no glamour in it, really.
Even
is
when
there?
I was competing, I found it boring to watch.
That's what I mean. So,
Yeah,
like, what
no, I
made
never
you
used
want
to
to
like
do
watch
that?
Because the money.
At what point is the
enough.
money in it?
I got onto the team when I was 14, so I was getting
When you
paid
say the
well
team,
from
what do you
age-
mean? What team?
The Paralympic team.
At 14?
Yeah, I was put onto the senior team when I was 14, yeah.
No, so you won your first nationals when?
I won the nationals when I was 10.
Or is that
No,
able-bodied nationals?
No, disabled. The junior
Yeah.
nationals when I was 10. The seniors when I was 13, and I was put on the team at 14.
Right. I don't want to... I don't want to...
Just say it, mate.
belittle your skill
Go on,
or
go
belittle your thing. Just how
Doesn't-
many
doesn't the
disabled
horse do the
people
work? Oh, fuck, I
was
going
there
somewhere else.
in the national championships?
Oh, mate, there's loads. It's like a 4-day competition.
Yeah, but is it just 40? It's just there for 4 days.
No, there's like...
Because I feel like
No,
it's like when someone's a goalie and they've had trials. It's like, yeah, because there's only about 5 goalies in the county, so like get a grip.
Nah, it's constant.
So I feel like there's only about 5
So you got like
disabled people on a horse.
5 arenas, all with the judges in, and then there's
Yeah.
people in there solid.
5 disabled people on a horse.
Yeah.
5 in one horse.
Yeah.
Go on.
So you do there's hundreds there, hundreds at the nationals.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll go and see the money in it.
Spondoolies, yeah.
Everyone.
So is it
everyone's-
lucrative? He's not. He's
on
dressage.
the team it is, yeah,
Is
yeah. Because you're paid by UK Sport. So once you get onto the team, you're paid an annual wage, and it's all
Yeah.
tax free because it's classed as a training allowance and not a wage.
No, it's
Love
not.
that.
Nice little loophole
Love
from
that,
national
yeah.
lottery.
When did you realise you
Yeah.
could do that?
Oh mate, I fell into it. I just all of a sudden I was invited. I won the nationals, got invited to the trials, and got onto the
So you
team.
literally, it was like a
Just
9 to
happened.
5, falling into like a 9 to 5,
Yeah,
where you just
yeah,
end up
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
in.
I was
Oh
doing
fuck,
it
I'll do
anyway.
this now.
14.
Doing it anyway.
Did you
Next
get
thing I know,
to
they're
just
paying me
swerve
loads of
school
money
then?
to do it. It was mint.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you get to swerve school then?
No, I did it as well.
Was you ever in school properly? Because obviously you're saying about being in Budapest and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you were in and out of primary school. Or you were sort of not really in primary school for a while.
Yeah, I sort of came out a little bit to do the Budapest stuff, but yeah.
The Budapest stuff.
But once
I imagine your Budapest stuff.
I really love the Budapest stuff. It will be, yeah.
But so you're going like 14 to do the dressage. I've forgotten where I was going now with this. Did you want to do anything else?
Nah, I thought I'd made it at the time.
So you literally thought trotting on these horses was like, sound.
Well,
yeah,
14.
like
how much was you getting paid at 14?
Oh, mate,
They
there's
can't
no
ask
tax
him
on
that.
it. So before expenses, I was probably on about 38.
Right.
30 grand?
Yeah.
A year?
Yeah.
At 14?
Yeah.
I'd have thought I'd have made it as well.
And that was when I was, that was years ago.
Yeah.
It goes up every
That's
year.
great.
Yeah, it was all right, man.
Why did you give up, mate?
It goes up
I
every
had too many
year.
broken bones, mate.
The
Fuck
way-
that, mate.
How can Jack Hunter's only on like 28?
Because he's shit. No, it's not.
It's fucking ping pong,
You
lad.
only got
That's
bronze,
right.
mate. You only got fucking bronze.
Yeah.
Now, the different sports are on different tiers, depending on how successful they've been, yeah. So, traditionally, the dressage, British,
I imagine
really
there's money in
successful.
it with horses as well. So people that love horses are like,
Yeah.
there's more money in it.
Lot of
Ping pong,
sponsor-
it's like the youth club.
More corporate
Whereas-
sponsorship sort of
well,
thing.
like-
Yeah, but also, his 28 grand is probably worth a lot because he hasn't got the expense of keeping a horse. And
Yeah, keeping a horse.
So have you got to
sponsor
pay for that
horses.
yourself?
Yeah, although I got sponsored for the horses.
Yeah, he's just got to buy a ball and a wooden racket.
Yeah,
hasn't
all
he?
it is, a
Or
fucking
whatever
little
it is.
plastic ball. And
Fucking
they provide
fraud.
them.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Just go to the park and they give you them.
messages.
So when did you want to? When did you want to do stand up? Were you always thinking about doing stand up?
Always thought about it, yeah.
Have you?
Always thought about it. But then I had
Since
a job
when?
as well as being on the team. Oh, since early teens.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love comedy, yeah.
See, I'd never even early teens. I'd never even thought about.
Yeah, but I was like you. I was 13. I was going to be a stand-up. Like I knew. I told all my mates.
So then, what was putting you
I'm
off?
gonna be a stand-up.
Just because I had loads going on. It was
Right,
like,
it was too much time to.
We'll put him
bother
off. He's on a
Yeah,
horse and he's
horses
going.
stuff.
He's going the
Didn't have
Olympics.
And also, I'm the type of bloke I don't want to do anything half-arsed.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do it,
See,
I'm
I'm
gonna
the
do it.
opposite. I want to do everything half-assed.
Nice.
Just get paid all the money for it.
No, I get that. You just wanted to try and have a go at it, and like, because you are cracking on, aren't you, with it?
Doing all right, man.
Flying.
Yeah, doing good.
Proper
And
flying.
you got a nice gig. Is that still going?
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
It was a nice gig. That
Nice
one.
little gig.
Did
That. He did it.
Did
Did it
you?
a couple of
Yeah.
weeks
Te-
ago.
Telford, is it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Lovely
There was
gig,
one
yeah.
guy
I
in
haven't
the
done
crowd.
that.
Everyone was enjoying it, but this one guy, 3 rows back, you know that one guy that's just going,
It was my dad.
kept putting me off. I was looking at everyone and then just keep looking
Wasn't
at him.
he?
It's
Right.
like a magnet back to him. And I walked away thinking I was shit, didn't I? I thought I'd done really bad, but your budget's been upped, innit?
You gotta get your Wazzy. Get your Wazzy
Oh,
steel.
have you? Who you got
Yeah.
now?
I got Longley.
Oh, have you got Longley doing it?
Because Scott Bennett closed it last time.
Right.
So you middled, Scott opened,
Yeah.
and we're not allowed
Nick-
to say who.
Someone else
Someone
who's
else
been on
stepped
the
in who
telly was opening.
Yeah, he was off
And
sick.
then little old me in the middle, standing on the shoulders of a giant
stepped in.
shit.
Daisy Earl was supposed to be opening, but she COVID'd out
So how come
So-
you can't name the TV guy?
because he asked me not to because he was off sick or something at the time, and he just did it as a bit of a favour. He cancelled some gigs that weekend.
Right.
I can't. Yeah, he's asked. I put it.
There's
on
not a
Facebook.
lot you can talk
I
about,
put it-
is there?
No, I put it on Facebook and he sent me a message within minutes saying, "Do you mind taking it off? I cancelled a load of gigs at the weekend. I'm on sick." I was like, "Oh, mate, no, is it?"
But it was on his doorstep, so it did make sense
it was,
for
it
him
was
to.
within an hour for him.
I think I
So
know who it was.
He opened. Doug middled.
Ah, he doesn't want me to say. Do you really?
Play the guessing game.
Say
afterwards,
the first letter of the surname, and then he can
L.
go.
No.
There you go.
That's
Fucking
one
easy
rule.
thing
That.
you are.
He's going to keep chucking letters of the alphabet out.
Can't be that many telly people from the Midlands, you know what I mean? Like, within an hour
What are you
of
trying to
Telford.
say? Midlands is shit.
No, I mean within an hour of Telford sort of thing.
Yeah,
Joe
Scott-
likes it was my guest, like.
Oh no, it wasn't Joe. No.
Um,
But Scott Bennett closed it last time, and the venue have upped the budget for me. Lovely. You were talking to Longley, weren't you?
yes.
So I messaged him about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking about this with Wazza.
Yeah,
Quality
that
room.
gig. Yeah.
Lovely room, innit?
Quality room.
You tried to curtain it off though, didn't you? But
They have curtained it off now.
Have they?
After that night you were there. But yeah.
Would have been.
Did you have a...
fucking storm? Didn't
Was there people drinking in the
did
bar
it
then
right
when
first.
it weren't
Yeah,
curtained off?
it was a nightmare because we had like nearly 100 in that night you were there,
Good.
and they kept the barriers open.
So people could sit out there
Yeah,
having a drink
no
who
one
hadn't
wanted-
paid
yeah.
and still
no,
watch
they
it.
had to pay. It was ticketed to get in anyway.
Oh, that's
But
weird.
like because the back was open and it's lovely at the back there. People sit at the back and they got the TVs and stuff, so it like projected through.
Oh, so
but, it was a bit empty at the front, wasn't it? Because no one wanted to sit there. So I made
on the back,
yeah.
So I say it was empty. It was like the seats at the front were like half because everyone was at the back. But they put the barriers down. It's a lovely little room.
Oh, with that barrier down, it's quality, and it's a lot.
Nice room,
everything's up close and personal. I really enjoyed that room.
You segue in. You do that on the tools thing, don't you? You quite recognise.
That was a mad segue, though.
On what? On the internet?
On that, yeah.
I started on the internet. Because, you know, when we were saying earlier about it took me 10 years.
Your clip of you driving around the tractor's got like fucking...
It's not a tractor.
What is it, JCB?
It's a telehandler. It's basically the big forklift.
Oh, yeah, that's our fault for not knowing it.
No, that's all right. Don't worry, I'll let you off. No, I didn't know, but you look like a builder.
I look like one now.
Builds all day breakfast.
Because I was scared of doing stand-up, a pal of mine who does like adverts and stuff like that, he said to me, he says, why don't you start doing stuff on the internet? And I went, what do you mean? He says, do videos on the internet. If people like you, build up a following, and then have a go at stand-up. If they don't like you, just delete it and run away. So I did. I just did a bit of research, watching other people, what they were doing, rants and different bits and bobs like that. And I thought, I can do that, but inject a bit of humour. So I did a couple of videos. I set myself like a target. I thought, if I get 5,000 followers, this is on Facebook before TikTok and all that. I thought, if I get 5,000 followers in a year, people will obviously like me. I'll give stand-up a go. And I hit 20,000 in a year. I had a video up to 1.5 million, a few in hundreds of thousands. And I thought, well, people seem to like what I'm doing. And that also gave me a chance to learn how to structure bits. Because I was looking at the comments.
What did you do at the time?
When I did that?
When you started off, because you obviously mentioned something on the tools. What did you start off doing, like solo sort of thing?
What, on the tools?
No, when you went on so when you started putting your videos out, what were you doing on your videos?
Just anything really, taking the piss out of people, observational comedy. I did my, I don't know if you've heard my man bag bit about the little man bag chav knobheads, the little wannabe gangsters that watch Kidulthood and think they're from the ends. I did a video on them, but I was dead angry in it, like fucking flipping out. I had like London gangsters getting in touch with me saying, you're taking the piss, mate. And I was like, no, I'm taking the piss out of village idiots that think they're gangsters. And, but because of that, it sort of went boom, and it was videos like that were making me see that, it's funny to some, but then idiots don't get it. Yeah. And then they have a dig, and like, you need both of them to then for it to go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, you need the what's it?
I call
engagement.
Comedy for the masses, engagement, but to wind up the asses. So like, but it sort of like, it taught me how to sort of structure material. There were certain words like in that I said bare cash. It's Timmy coming out to play and stuff like that. And people were picking up on certain words, which was making me see how to do. Do you know what I mean? How to do certain bits in comedy that were, and then I just, when I actually started in comedy, so I think I hit 20,000 followers in a year.
20,000 followers?
No, I got more now, but
fuck.
What's that on?
That was on Facebook. I'm up to I'm up to 36,000 on Facebook. But then I walked away from that and started stand up, and then I thought, do you know what? I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for these people.
You need to keep both of them going, yeah.
Yeah, so what I did was I started going back onto Facebook, but I noticed that people are starting to leave Facebook now, and there's less following, but they're going on to other apps. So then I found TikTok, and I started doing bits on TikTok, and it took me a while to build up, but I'm up to... Well, I haven't counted. I think it's...
No, you're a paedophile.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Are you on there?
No.
No, right.
Man as well.
Right, yeah. Here's the thing. I've had people before going...
the bad things at the start of the show.
This is a kids app. And I'm like, here's the thing. The app tailors to you, right? So what you watch, the FYP, which is your For You page, shows you what you watch. So I get comedy videos, a lot of cat and dog videos, funny cat and dog videos. So if you're on there going, it's a kids app, what the fuck are you watching?
I'm not on there.
But you get, that's what I'm saying. So the people that are saying it's a kids app, what are they?
No, the thing is, I think what it is I think I know you need to be on there now. You need to be on. I know I need to be on there.
We have a page, but
have we?
Yeah, we got 2 videos on there, and it couldn't be asked.
Right, I know we need to be on TikTok. Yeah, I don't even have the Twitter login. I know we need to be on TikTok, but I just haven't got it in me at the minute. Like, it's so hard.
Do you know what I use it for?
Pussy.
No, I've got a missus, mate. Look at me. As if I'm going to get pussy these days. It's got me in trouble
He
before.
thinks he could get fucking...
Yeah. See,
What's her name?
I'll try all...
Blondie from Wolf of Wall Street.
Give it a chance,
I use
mate.
it for brain farts. I'll fuck a brain fart on there. My lad's swearing. Not?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound. I'll fuck a brain
We
fart.
just called you a nonce, but you can't swear.
Yeah. I'll fuck a brain fart on there, and then like I'll look at the traction. I look at who gets involved with that, and I think, is that then worth turning into a bit? And I've got a good few bits that I've put on TikTok just as an idea that have gained traction, and then I've turned them into bits.
Right.
So it's good for that. It takes.
So using it to write.
Yeah.
Sing
I don't
material.
write. I don't.
No,
write.
but you're using it to sort of work out.
Yeah,
if
that
it's
is
got
my
some-
way of writing. I dictaphone bits and I'll video bits where I'll just put it onto my phone, but then I'll just put things onto TikTok. And if it gains traction or it does all right, then I'll try and turn it into a bit like.
One thing I wish I could go back and tell a newer me as a comedian, because I know people came to see me too soon. Do you know when you're your first 3 or 4 years, you don't realise your shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are, like, no offence, you're not going to be as good as you're going to be in 10 years.
I've got this with my
and you'll
hot
be the same
water
now.
video.
I would. Well, so there's things, like, you look at, so there's people who see me in the first 2 years, which I've never seen me since, and think, I hate the fact that in their head they must just think I'm shite.
When
I know I'm fucking brilliant, you know what I mean?
I've got people at work.
Of course he does.
But one of the things,
It's the way he drops these lines in. Like he's just going, so what did you do last night? He just goes, and I know I'm fucking brilliant. And then
I'm waiting for him to say, oh, yeah, I'd smash the dress out.
Yeah. 18 months.
We'll
Ricky.
wait for-
I
Gold
need
medal.
18 months to
Gold
lose the
medal.
weight to be able to get on the horse. That's the only problem.
Get a bigger horse, mate.
They don't do them.
The rhinos do
You'll do it on a
dressage.
bull,
If you can teach an elephant dressage, I'll smash it.
And here's Big Bobby T with the rhino dressage.
What I was going to ask, are you not... Is there any not a video where you're like, right, well, I've got this following, but I don't want to capitalise on it? Yeah, because I don't know whether I'm ready to. So, you're going to be better in 5 years than you are now.
You're always going to be better in 5 years.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. No, but there's a time, isn't there?
I went to
What I mean is there a
Hot
time where you're not think, right, when should I capitalise on this?
I've been told I could have capitalised on the internet stuff a while ago and made money out of it, but I didn't do the internet stuff.
But I mean as a stand-up. I don't mean you could have capitalised on it and you could have made money of it. But what I mean is when... Do you think, right, when's the right... There's so many thousand people follow me. When's the right time for me to do my own show and ask them to come? Because there must have been people who come to see you now just because they've seen your videos on the internet.
Yeah, I've had a few. I did.
It's a party, not think. Oh,
they came to Telford, didn't they? Some of them the other day.
I had 2 that were at Telford. They were a very
fucking nightmare. Is what they were.
Yeah, they were. But this is the thing.
That people who only see Paul Smith's first tour was a fucking... Not even a first tour. Paul Smith's first 6 months after he got famous, when people were coming to Hot Water to watch him, the gigs were fucking terrible because they were just beakheads who'd been on all-nighters, snorting the brains out, watching him on Facebook going, this is funny, this, and then coming to the club, snorting the brains out, going to shout out, and then like when he's not even on, like when we're on, and then I'm just like,
that was
to someone like me, just go, listen, lad, I'll just fucking punch your head in, I'm not going to fucking...
I've had people come and watch
night,
me up in Newcastle under Lyme, the one near Stoke.
Ruffle.
Was it Ruffle?
No, he won't touch me for some reason.
Tell him you'll sell a few tickets, I'm sure he will.
No, he
What
came
one
to
in Newcastle under Lyme that isn't Ruffle?
No, because it was the rigger, Spiky Mike Gong. But I had 9 people in the crowd there.
At a gong
to
show?
Watch me. Yeah.
But see, if you can sell tickets, you shouldn't be doing a gong show, should you?
Yeah,
really?
but I was new then.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a party which thinks, right, when do I capitalise? When do I start?
I haven't done
publishing my own gig sort of thing.
Well, I do put it out there, but I haven't done the internet thing. I only did the internet thing to see if I could do stand up. So I'm not in.
But now you can do both.
I can, yeah, but I want to get a gig off the back of the fact that people think I'm good, not the fact that I can get 10 tickets sold or 20.
No, what I'm saying to you is, when that level comes, is when you need to go.
Yeah, of course
right,
I will.
Come see me. But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think? There's a bit of me which you think, I wish I could have that following and go, right, you stay there, give me 5 years, and then come back to me sort of thing. It's like, because I just think, it's because a lot of new comedians do this. There's a girl down in Bristol or by Bristol called Abby Clark, who she's got a massive following on Instagram, and I watch her. She's very honest with her audience, which is quite good. That she's like, I'm still new, I'm not that good. People always ask to see her, and she's like, yeah, you can come and see me, of course, but don't be expecting like
That's
this.
what I'm
Like there must be a worry where if you got a bit of a following, it's like, yeah, come see me, but also don't come see me and never come see me again, because you come see me, you think I'm the finished product when I'm not.
I've got people that say to me now, have you got any actual clips online? And I go, there's 2 clips of me at Hot Water when I was 3 months in, and I watch it back now and cringe, so don't judge me by that. So you have got that problem, ain't you? But apart from that, if people want to come and watch
if you message Paul, he'll take them down for you, you know. Message Paul Blair if you don't want
to
them
be
on
honest,
there.
he's had, I think when I've looked at it last time, there was 1,200 people have watched it, and so I got told, unless you're in the millions of views, it doesn't matter.
But if you want to get it taken down, just get it taken down.
1,200 people watching a video isn't going to harm the fact of like.
But what you want to do, maybe go there and get another clip done, and then just get that one. Say, I've done that one. I'll even do the same material, but just have it so if anyone says you again, you might have done the same material, but it'd be even better. You might have had a load of tags to it. It might be funnier.
It will be better.
And then you go, you know what? I'll only have 100 views on that. But if someone Googles you again or YouTube, saw him last night. Saw him last night. Put him on YouTube, and then they see the updated version of it.
Yeah.
It just seems like you might as well do. That's what I did with my bits.
The bonus I've got, I had a gaffer a couple of weeks ago. He says, "Have you got any clips on YouTube?" And I went,
"Oh
yeah,
God, I hate that."
But
I hate. Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah.
So I sent him the clips, and then he come over to me. He went, "Can I be honest with you?" And I was thinking, "Here we go."
Shite.
He went, "You're better than I thought," and that was off a clip that I thought was shit.
Yeah.
But now I know how good that material is because I've tweaked it.
Most people are going to think he's shit.
Well, of course they are.
Mounds of people who come like that, isn't it? Base people just think, oh, he must be like people's age. You stand up and because of the way the country is, most people think, oh, he's fucking shite.
On the internet,
and then when you go, it's like,
live, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all or nothing, isn't it?
Someone sees you live, it's a lot better than the internet. I always.
So what happened at the Spiky Mike gig for the people that came to see you?
They were sad. They were just like 9 people in the audience, and it was nice to see that people had come from the internet.
Yeah.
So I know that if I get to a point where I've built up 100, like say I get to like the Freddie Quinn level where he's at like 100,000+ followers, then that's a chance there where you can sell tickets. But where I am, 50,000. Yes.
So what were the two? You mentioned 2 people that went to the gig. What was wrong with that?
Something other than TikTok.
Making loads of noise.
But
TikTok doesn't transfer to ticket sales well.
Yeah, well, I've got
came
the
to see
TikTok
Doug.
and I've got
Have you got
Facebook.
Instagram?
Right.
Yeah, but I haven't been pushing as
I
much.
haven't
So I
seen
got
it,
told
I'd
try and push on too.
I'd slowly move to Instagram.
Do you reckon?
As well, because TikTok for some reason doesn't correlate to ticket sales well.
All right.
I don't know whether it's because the algorithms or the audience or what, but like, they're
all underage, aren't they? They're not allowed at the comedy.
Well, it's not even that though, but in America it does.
Yeah.
In America it will correlate to ticket sales, but over here for some reason I don't know if it's just it's smaller or what.
Move over.
I would not even move over, but because TikTok's all 60-second stuff anyway. You can just bang it in as a reel on Instagram.
Yeah, I do
and just
transfer a few over.
Just start putting them on both.
I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll start going through. I'm gonna use you as a. I mean, I know when I seen Freddie Quinn when he first started, I was speaking to him a little bit, and he says, "I'm gonna trial this," and he did it like. He proper went in deep with it and looked into the algorithm and how things work, and then he pushed, and he just went boom, 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 massive like. So I think.
But Freddie will tell you, he's like. He can't tour, even though he's got 100,000 people. If you had 100,000 people on Instagram, you can tour.
Right, so if I start going through my videos on TikTok and transferring them from there to Insta, I'll tell you what, give it a year. I'm going to do it now. After this, that's what I'm gonna do.
You'll see more engagement in not. Right. I don't mean per video, but I mean outside the video sort of thing.
Okay.
On Instagram, because like Freddie does get people coming to see him because of TikTok and stuff. Yeah. But even though he's got 100,000 people, he'll say he hasn't got enough where he can tour sort of thing. Whereas. Like obviously Ro's done a bit of TV, he's got to have a word and that. But Ro was on like 10,000 on Instagram, 10,000 on Twitter before Have a Word. I was doing small tours. Whereas like it's just
I've targeted the wrong fucking social media.
For some reason.
The Swanee, innit, kid?
No, but for some reason.
Where's the journey, Doug?
Mate,
my career's worth nothing online now.
For some reason,
2,000 in a year, mate, ain't bad.
No, you smashed it, and like they'll be all using it, but for some reason TikTok just doesn't transfer in the masses the way Instagram
does. All right, well,
I don't know why.
Off the back of what you said here, I'm going to do my my own little thing now, and off the back of you, I'm gonna trial.
Sounds
that now
when you're on like 400 seats.
I'll get you MCing for
I'll
me.
come and open for you.
Mate, as far as I'm concerned, if I can get to a point where I'm just getting booked, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. Have you thought long term going, right, when am I going to monetize my following sort of thing?
Not with that, with stand up. I'm not
should,
bothered
though.
about monetizing the internet. The internet was only there to build up because stand up's the dream.
The internet is the future.
I know it's
there's no point.
I know.
If you've got something there,
Like Peter Kay.
Might as well
don't
work.
disregard
Sit
it.
back and let them go at it.
Yeah, but for me, I don't want to be the internet stuff. I only started it. Everyone's telling me you need to monetize your internet, but I want to be a stand-up. That's where my dream is. There's nothing better than standing there and seeing the audience laughing. That's the buzz.
But I promise you, in 10 years' time, you'll be thinking, how do I get off the circuit? How do I? Right, now you want to get, because that's how. Like he'll tell you as well. That's how it goes. You start off.
I love the circuit, mate. I want to stay on it till the fucking grave.
I enjoy
We
it.
literally had this conversation an hour ago.
You're lying, aren't you?
Well, I've got to say something. I've been quiet for 8 minutes. Listen to you tell Doug how he can translate from TikTok to Instagram. You sat here in the basement with me, mate.
In about 10 years' time, when you're booked everywhere, which you will be, you'll be like going, right, how do I get off the circuit? And you'll be like us.
You need to have a bevy.
Right,
you need a bevy, lad. You need a bevy. He hasn't drank for a week and he can't stop.
Well,
Just have a whiskey and fall asleep, would you?
Let's do the research then after this year. But I get where you're coming from.
Look at him trying to rebook himself on the pod 12 months time. See how this goes, mate. Get back on here.
He'll be flies on Instagram. He'll be on it.
He'll be able to have a word, wouldn't he?
In fact, I best take a picture so I can put this on TikTok.
Yeah, no point. It's only full of Chinese kids.
The algorithms will take it down, mate.
Have a look at my followers, man. There ain't no Chinese kids on there. I don't think there is anyway.
Yeah, you don't know. It's loads of Russian bots.
You'll be in a tour of Southeast Asia next year. That's what you'll be on.
Yeah, you'll be following Freddie Quinn to fucking Cambodia.
Doug Carter and Freddie Quinn
Honestly,
supporting.
I'm not a nonce. I'm just doing a tour of Asia because I wanted to do it.
I've got a funny. Oh no, I'm not.
Tell you what, if the three of you, Freddie and Doug, went and did a tour of Asia, that'd be a great lineup. Just the three, you, Freddie, and Doug on one lineup. That'd be a fucking great poster and everything.
Just fucking free balls.
Yeah, with a beard, not the beard, balls, middle-aged.
Nonsense.
There's another thing as well, though.
Snap,
there
crackle,
was a
and
thing
pop.
on the telly saying that TikTok actually pushes good-looking, beautiful people more than
I
it
need to
does
get on it, man.
ugly people. Well, you do all right. You see them like
just
beautiful
all right.
people. Wink at the camera, got millions of views. So I'm
you.
pretty chuffed with 50-odd thousand, knowing that they've looked at this face and thought,
I think you're a sexy man, mate.
Oh, cheers.
You got them big waffle iron hands going on.
You got to understand your market. That's all you got to do. There's plenty of women out there who'd love to be with you.
Oh, here we go.
Just want to be protected, Doug. That's all I want.
What are we listening to here? What the fuck?
Fuck off, you've had your fucking time. Fuck you.
Oh, here he is.
No, carry on.
Oh, he's cheering.
I've got one
He's not used to not having the limelight
I've
on
won a
him.
medal, you know. Dressage. About 6 cunts in the country who do it.
This guy was abused for 4 years in Budapest, and that's not the main part of the podcast.
He's fuming.
We need to get into that
angry
Budapest.
about it,
I want to know every day he spent in that fucking place.
You're going to me. Can I ask a question? No, you're asking too many questions. Right.
Go on then.
Did you come
Back
out
to
of the,
you then, Ricky.
Yeah. Did you come out of the Paralympics with any form of following?
No.
No.
Well,
Yes, you did.
Like, how well do you
Do
get?
you need a
like,
beard, Doug?
Yeah, I'll grab one if you want. I'm closer.
Go
I
on
can just
then,
push
yeah,
this
so
while
Do you get one? We're not pausing it, but do you want one as well?
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Are you having one?
I'll have a bottle of water.
Who wants a
Kids.
drink?
I'll have a
You want
bottle of
water?
water.
I'll have
Driving.
2 Heinekens.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
2 Heinekens and a water.
Half a bottle of Red Label for him.
No, I'm fine.
2
I'm fine.
Heinekens, and then half
And a
a bottle of
water
Red
for
Label
Ricky.
for Bobby T.
I'm fine. He's got a cob on because you're not speaking. Because you got nothing to say. Because you can't even log on to our Twitter.
I haven't got
so you
anything
can't
to
answer
say.
this
I
conversation.
have got something to say. I got to a point where I thought, you know what? I'm tapping out now. I'm going to let it run. And then we can clip that
You
8
can't.
8 minute bit of advice and put you know that thing I said I wanted to do, and when you put sage advice over and it's really inspiring music, and you just need to translate from TikTok to Instagram, and you got that building and people can be inspired by it. There you go. Cheers, Doug. That's what I.
Me
That's
with
what
me
I
2,500 followers. Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you got that Joe Rogan going, and you wake up every day and you go to the office and you and you're bored and you're done, and then it's got that music playing. That's what I want for you. I want videos of that. You just giving absolute shite advice about TikTok.
You be careful how much you drink this
Or the
time, mate.
sponsors across. I'm driving, mate, so I'm having 2 and that's
We
it.
did another podcast on Friday.
Fuck's
You
sake.
two split the car.
I drive. No, he's talking shit.
Oh, I was going to say.
He's trying to make himself feel involved.
I mean,
in
you
it.
could at least have 6 bottles and be sound.
No, we fucking
Nah.
couldn't. We did a podcast on Friday at the Brewdog. He got absolutely fucking shit-faced to the stage where he got my sticks at one point and then did the impression of how I walked.
He give me the sticks.
He looked like a
He
fucking...
give me
Is
the
this in
sticks.
Leicester?
Yeah, he looked like a
Podcast?
Thunderbird.
Mate, I was dribbling down myself.
Yeah,
I was that
antisocial.
pissed.
You're doing a podcast? In
Yeah.
Leicester? For, what,
Yeah,
you
and-
A
own?
live
No,
one
no.
in front of 70 people.
Antisocial podcast. Lou Ridgway and Lee
Antisocial Comedians Club it
Antisocial
is.
Comedians.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. I don't know.
They were doing a live show.
Yeah.
Lives.
Oh, you heard of them?
He got that pissed.
I've heard of the podcast, yeah.
He started dribbling on stage, and I'm not even exaggerating there.
I
It was
nicked
the
Uncle
funniest shit
Frank's
I've ever
point
seen.
as well, didn't
Uncle
I?
Frank,
From out the fun-loving
drummer from
criminals.
Fun-loving criminals. Give him this pint, and then he downed another one, and he just lost control of his head. It was the best thing you've ever seen. He was like, you like hit cerebral palsy level of piss.
Mate,
Right,
It was
like the Wolf of Wall Street thing
Yeah.
when he's
Yeah.
calling.
They didn't want to put me on for the last bit. He says, we've got a stand in. I says, you fucking ain't. And I got back on stage.
Mate,
Like,
he sat down, like lost his head, and just this fucking dribble. It was the best.
Ah,
shit.
great.
It was amazing.
in my defence, right, I wouldn't get wankered on a podcast, but the podcast I did for him previously,
Shite.
no, mate, they got people there off the back of it because he had a bar in his bedroom where he built this bar, and the plan was
Bedroom.
no, he had a spare room, so he's got like a spare room, and his plan was to do a podcast with me, starting off sober to the point where I was wankered, and by the end of it, at 11 o'clock, I was that wankered, I was throwing up in his toilet and he was rubbing my
You can
back.
hear him being sick from the fucking podcast.
Because it was just one of them things, but after that they got rid of the bar because they decided not to do another one of them.
Are you a shit drinker because you've been
Really
taking drugs for so long?
I'm a pillhead, mate. Well,
That's
not
what I
now.
mean.
Not now.
Proper people who have
Disclaimer.
people who've abused drugs for years
Yeah.
are shit drinkers because they've never had the ale without the fucking
I could eat
narcotics.
pills.
So once they go just ale, they're fucking lightweights.
Yeah, well, I'm cool. I'm known as Free Can Doug. After 3 cans, I'm wankered, but I can carry on and just get more wankered. But after 3, I'm fucking gone, and then I'm
You know
just.
it's bad where I'm not the one walking the work out of the pair of us. You know,
When you're
he
holding
nearly had to
it,
carry
you're
me.
holding it.
I nearly
You
give
can
him
have
my
that as a little
scooter.
feat. Which one of these is disabled?
Get on the scooter, mate. I'll walk it from here.
fucked, man.
Yeah,
I was.
Ricky's swatting with a stick. It's like being back in his.
Yeah.
I know. I felt.
Dance.
Proper mess. Like,
So is it a good podcast?
we'll find out when it gets released.
That's what we remember. Can you?
I'll keep
I mean,
having a
ours
few
was
little
chaos.
flashbacks.
We done a poker special. And it was like meant to be a piss up poker, and we just it just turned into chaos.
We play.
Me and him just got bladdered
Yeah,
and like just
screaming,
fucking screaming at the guests.
If you get
Just
a
like-
chance, I mean, I know you probably won't, but
Because what were you going to say there?
no,
Because
you're of a higher level. That's what I was going to say. If you get a
know
chance,
you won't, you're
even
a
just
pair of
that
cunts.
little bit on the antisocial comedians, the one where I got pissed, it's worth having a little watch. 'Cause
Look
there
at
was a
there
few.
you go. What was it? Antisocial Comedians Podcast.
Yeah.
you go.
But
There you
on
go.
that, there's a few people I stood outside having a fag, and some guy come up and he went, "We're here because of watching that podcast." So
That's sound, huh?
so it couldn't have
Did
been
not
too
disappoint
bad.
them, mate.
Yeah,
You watched it as research, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did. I was like, right, I've got to know what I'm up against here. Yeah,
How'd you get on?
I was all right. Mate. Yeah, I
Yeah.
styled it out.
It was the fucking
you
Ricky
bevy?
show that night, weren't it?
Yeah, I'm all right.
But you done
Oh,
well,
yeah.
man.
I'm not
does
a
it
pro
affect
'cause
you?
I'm small. To be honest, it's going to sound like I'm taking the piss. After a few beers, I walk better.
Do you?
I do, yeah. I walk better. And
Like
then
you drive
and
after
then
a
it
few pints better.
Yeah, and then it takes
Yeah.
a snow dive after that, like.
Yeah, you handled that. In fact, you were fucking really good on that podcast. Really good. You held it
Fire,
together. In fact, he held it together while I just sat there with a keg filling it up and just got fucking wankered. So it was all
Yeah,
good.
that happened.
So is that just the Tonic venue?
Yeah.
That's nice. Have you done a gig there? Have you done the
Yeah,
Tonic one?
Yeah.
Are you going to
I've
Edinburgh this
middled
year?
there. So
Are you going to go to Edinburgh this year at all?
nah,
Like
no.
just to do gigs or something? Or
I
just
might go up there for a week, but I've not done
Right.
a show or nothing.
about you, Doug?
I've gone up there a couple of times and done weekends, but my plan is next year to go up and do 2 weeks. I've got a show. In fact, you know Gareth Berliner?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told him a little thing about Jeremy Kyle. That's something that happened with me and Jeremy Kyle. And
Oh,
he
mate,
went,
go into that.
He went, that's
What?
your
Oh,
fucking
Go-
sorry,
go-
Doug.
go
Can I
in
just
there.
go for a piss first? Carry on.
Yeah.
All right, well, Do you want me to...
Are we pausing?
So, right, we'll go back to your... So you come out of the Paralympics, did you have much fun?
All right,
following?
you talk to him and I'm going to have a piss as well.
Oh,
Is
you
that
go
all
for a
right?
piss as well.
Me and you will have a little chat, mate.
Yeah, come on, Ricky.
Talk to me.
We'll talk sensible. So,
Yeah,
out of the Paralympics, did you have any sort of following or anything at all?
Not really. There wasn't like Instagram and that weren't out
Right.
when I was there, and Twitter and that, so it was just Facebook. So me and my mate Lee, we decided just to accept every friend request on Facebook, just to see who was more popular by the end of it. But it's capped at 5,000, isn't it?
Is
so,
it?
Yeah, the regular. So we just had that, and then it was shit.
So did you go to Paralympics and you couldn't really capitalise on it then?
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't much. I didn't earn any bigger when I came back from the games. I mean,
No.
there was I got a few more speeches, like the after dinner stuff, but nothing, not big game changing money.
That's a bit of a nightmare, that, isn't it? Sort of thing.
Shit.
Like when you look at it now, do you know what I mean?
Might have been different if I'd have won gold. Like,
do you reckon?
Well, yeah, it's easier to sell a gold medal than a silver. I was just the best loser.
Yeah, but still, you fucking this fellow's cerebral palsy. He's been in the Olympics. What have you done? Do you know what I mean?
No, it was a good day. Getting back was good. We went like meet the Queen and stuff, and that was pretty cool.
Did you call that a lizard?
No, but I did have sex in Buckingham Palace.
Fuck off.
Straight up. Yeah, was going to be fucking fuming his missus.
I've got to tell me about that. So, what on the day you like? Have you how many times you been to Buckingham Palace?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Right, which town did you have sex?
First time.
Right, what was you there for?
To meet the Queen with the silver medal.
So the first time you went there with the silver medal, you went to meet the Queen.
Yeah. So 2 weeks.
So what happens when you go to meet the Queen?
Oh, you just, it's a bit boring, to be honest. You're just all in this fucking room.
Yeah.
Free champagne. And everything you can drink. And then you're just chatting around for ages. Then all of a sudden they announce that the Queen's going to come in. And you all have to get in a line.
Do you know what he's about to talk about?
Of course he does. He knows the story.
So go on. So you get in a line.
So you're getting a line, and then the Queen comes up, shakes all your hands, she fucks off, and then that's it. Like. So
then what happened after that? Then it's like an after party sort of thing.
You have a few drinks, and you're only there for like an hour afterwards, and you'll get kicked off out. Yeah.
Hold on.
While you were shaking the Queen's hand.
Hold on, we're getting there. We're getting there now.
Yeah.
So you were in the Buckingham Palace for about 2 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
So how did you end up smashing Buckingham Palace?
So, when I came back from the games, I fell off a horse, got my foot stuck in the stirrup, and I was dragged round. I broke every rib, my sternum, cracked my skull. So I was on a lot of painkillers.
Got a shag in the Queen's bed for that if you've done that for the country, haven't you?
Defo shag Liz.
Yeah.
So I was off my tits on painkillers, and then they come around with the free champagne.
Yeah.
I was like fucking Superman. I felt great. So the guy who beat me,
That joke,
He literally was like Superman,
yeah, man. The guy who beat me, he had the groom, the girl who
was
looks
from
after his
Budapest.
horses. She was Polish.
She got beat by a girl.
Mr. Balshaw.
I got beat by a bloke, but the person who looks after his horse, his groom, was this lady from
George
Poland.
Ezra.
And
Got a song called Budapest. Then.
like I'd known her since I was like 15, and she was a few years older than me. Like and every bloke has got that one woman that they never wanted to make the wife, but they really wanted to have a go.
One woman.
Yeah, you know.
Every woman I've met since I've had a wife.
Yeah, there's always that teenage crush, and I'd always wanted to have a go.
You help us to find a load of women that don't meet that criteria.
So he's in the palace, and my mum and her partner were there because they were on paper the owners of the horse, and they fucked off. And someone started saying to me, "Oh, they're probably finding a place to shag in the palace." So in my head, I'm like, "That is a fucking great idea."
Yeah.
So I turned around to this girl. I was like, "Fancy a fuck in the palace?" Fully expecting her to say nah, and she went, "Yeah, all right."
So did you say, were you broken at this time?
Yeah, I'd broken ribs and a sternum, and my knee had been put back in place.
So it was all up top.
You still wanted to goose?
I was on a lot of drugs.
Touch me, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
So you say to this Polish bird,
So I said to her, I was like,
we're in Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
Might never get this chance
Yeah.
again. Should we just fuck?
"Fancy a fuck in the palace?" And she just
She
looked
said,
at me.
yeah.
She's
deadpan.
Polish.
She went, "Yeah, right. Let's meet the Queen first, and then we'll go." I was like, "Cool."
Let's meet the Queen.
So we all got called into line, and then of course I'm on a lot of painkillers stuff, and I started worrying like, "Shit, am I going to get pilly willy? Like, is it going to work?" So the Queen's on her way down, so I start having a bit of a play just to make sure a bit of blood was flowing. Like,
You're having a wank whilst meeting the Queen?
I was just fucking
Before he meets the Queen, he's got a semi on.
Just a little fucking feel at the end. Anyway, it was working.
Yeah.
And like,
so you got a semi on while you're meeting the Queen.
Yes, Ricky, lad.
You don't want to look too proud when you meet the Queen, do you? But
Yeah.
I don't know what offended me more, the fact that it happened or the fact that she didn't even fucking notice.
Yeah.
Just didn't.
She didn't even drop the eyes. No.
I reckon
nothing
she
at all,
did.
mate.
She's
I
well
reckon
trained. Know the Queen. You know she knows.
noticed,
She
mate.
knows not to
She
look. You know what I mean?
She's seen
knows
a few
what she's doing.
bonus.
Yeah. So anyway, she
lineups.
fucked off, and
What was she like? She anything to you?
she was hello. Did you enjoy it? I went, yeah. And that was it.
Enjoy what?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
Robin, like,
it.
I'll enjoy this more.
Yeah.
Just fuck off. Places to be. Just fuck off.
Where's the toilet?
Yeah.
Right,
So,
so
hang on, this girl, is she Polish?
Yeah.
And she was what to you? Because I missed that bit.
So
she was this person who beat him. She was his like
From
the
Budapest.
person who looks after his horse,
Groom.
the groom.
Oh right, okay, right.
Yeah. I've known her for years.
So that all ends. Where do you fuck?
Toilets, mate. I'm a classy guy.
Straight into the toilets.
Yeah.
Neatest
Straight into the
ones, or do you go
toilets,
with fine ones? Or
Nah,
what?
the first ones. I wasn't
Regular
fussy.
ones or
Can you-
disabled?
Wow.
While you're in,
massive.
while you're in there, can you walk around or not? Like you're allowed to have a little
only
gadget.
only in like the main hall, like the,
Right.
the function.
Because when I go to a gig, I have a little mooch, see if there's anything to rob.
Yeah, I think I robbed some loo roll. But that,
I do, when I'm at a gig, I have a little mooch, see the sort I can just fucking take with me.
Is
You
that
know?
the Scouser in you?
I think it's just I'm a scumbag.
So go on.
So we goes in, but there's guards on the toilets making sure only one goes into a cubicle at a time. But obviously, I just fallen off a horse and I had a bit of a
Yeah.
black eye and that. So I
She just told them she was your kid.
no, I just pretended to be gay. I was like, guys, you got to let me in. She's got to do my makeup for photos. But I like really camped it up. And he burst out laughing. He went, yeah, all right.
Why did you tell her why did you say I need a carer?
I was on a lot of drugs, mate.
Yeah.
That seemed like a better idea.
And a lot of the dressage lads were gay,
yeah, I was
weren't
the
they?
only
Yeah.
straight guy on the team. Like, it's quite a gay sport.
I'm glad you said that.
That just to me again, that just shortens the numbers. Like again, I don't want to put you down for winning the silver medal in dressage, but
Well, do not compete
What?
against gays. Don't.
no. If everyone's gay,
They're not real people.
if everyone's
what are you
gay,
trying to say?
if everyone's gay, that minimises it to 1 in 4. And then got to be disabled, that's 1 in 10. And then got to want to do dressage, that's 1 in about 10,000.
But surely that makes it harder for him to have done what he's done if most of the
it's less people
dressage
that are
lads...
trying to do it, are they?
Yeah, but most of the dressage
Like say,
lads
when I tried to be a footballer, I was competing against millions of young kids who all had the same dream. No other cunts woke up one
We
day
could
and
be a
gone,
bit-
I want to be a disabled dressage.
We could be a bit
Who
your
the fuck
diary,
would wake
couldn't
up
we?
and
Though,
go,
and be like,
I want to be disabled?
even though it's a
Yeah.
even though it's a
What?
gay
He's got the
sport, a
fucking
straight
life,
white
yeah.
man still dominates.
Straight white man, but I tick
Yeah.
a box. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So go on. So you go into the toilet with it.
So going to the toilet, and she had my mate's gold medal in her hand, so I put that on just to disrespect him.
That's quality.
Yeah, of
That
course.
is quality. You fucked in his
At
gold
least
medal.
you got to touch a gold medal, eh?
Yeah.
And it was the most unsexy shag ever. She
Had a
just
cum done it.
bent- She just bent over the toilet, pulled her skirt down, looked at me and said, don't get spunk on my skirt. I was like, all right,
So what position did you fucking?
doggy.
Oh, so good.
Is that hard for
Over
you,
the
doggy?
sink.
Were you going like that as well?
No.
Yeah. We did
Whipping her.
horsing.
Yeah, rodeo.
We did horsing.
Rodeo.
So sink job, like sort of over the sink, or was it?
Over the toilet she'd got. Yeah,
It is easier
it's
over the
alright, to be
toilet.
fair.
Was it just like it was kind of like? Did you feel like I don't really want this, but I just want to do it for the sake of it?
Oh, it was like
Like
yeah,
you
I
did
mean,
it for the thing.
I did
of
No, he
fucking-
also said he fancied the arse off
I
her.
did want a shagger, but it was in the palace. So
You'd
I
rather
fucking
do
had
it in a bed in comfortable, more circum,
Oh, yeah,
rather
but
than
you're
in
in
like
Buckingham Palace. You haven't got a choice. How
to.
are
Yeah,
you
nah,
going?
like if I could have got to the bedroom,
How
I'd have
close
done
was
it,
the? Do you reckon the garden knew what you knew in the end what you're doing?
but probably because I came out beaming, mate. So did she.
Did I sorry, and I just got. I want to. I've
Did you ejaculate inside of it?
Yeah.
Got
Exactly.
visions in how
You
you
got
do it.
visions of
Doing
it, how I
something.
did, didn't you?
I want to know how he does.
He
that.
wanked off
Something-
meeting the Queen.
Now,
He
yeah.
ejaculated
The
inside
same
someone.
way. The same
What,
way anyone does.
with the sticks or without? Like, do you hold yourself
What
up
I
off
do, I give her
here?
the old reach around, like.
In the mouth like a bit.
Ride like a fucking merry-go-round.
But here's the best bit.
Go on.
So,
How long did you goose?
to be fair, I thought I was going to be like a two-tug wonder, but drugs and alcohol.
Surely you want to get that one done quick though. That's not one you're taking your time with.
You know, like, and this isn't me giving.
So the
big-
drugs
not
do
wanting to
work.
Jizz quick, but I was
Yeah.
like, I struggled a bit.
Is the garden at all? You want to get it fucking over and done
So,
with?
Yeah.
was there any foreplay or not? No, just
No, I just spat on it.
so, this is so raw.
And that was her idea. She just looked back, she went, spit on it. I was like,
Fucking yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just oh god, fucking like fucking horses.
Yeah,
Just
man.
great, mate.
You're going to search this on Pornhub later. Dressage, disabled, spit.
So how long did it go on for? And then I won't ask any more because I don't want to be
honestly, I
too.
don't know. It wasn't like half hour or anything. It was probably 10, 15 minutes.
You want to wear the
Jesus,
second
that's
part?
long.
Yeah, I know. I was knackered.
We want to wear the second part.
Yeah.
Doug said we want to wear the second
You want to
part.
wear the
So
second
the
part.
second part.
Fucking
so,
hell, 10, 15 minutes when you're on your face on drugs with broken ribs.
mate,
I'd be like, fuck
but to be
that.
fair, I didn't feel it, and the room was right. I was
So you
right.
just
luckily,
10, 15 minutes.
hopefully
of
she felt
doggy.
something.
Oh, she did.
Just fucking.
Yeah.
Yes, son.
so-
Go on.
That was that. Left, went home. Job was
Hot,
good.
sweaty mess.
So my mum's partner at the time was a helicopter pilot in the army, and he was teaching Prince Harry how to fly the Apaches.
Yeah.
This isn't made up.
Prince Harry went to university with Rob and Leeds.
Did he?
No. Go on.
Prince Harry's ex went to Leeds the same time I did. So there was loads of southern cunts
Right. Okay.
that up there the same time, and he came to visit now and again.
Okay.
You know, we
So,
hung
go
out
on.
now
So
and
he was
again.
teaching
So
Harry to
my
fly.
mum's
We
partner
didn't gate
was
crashes
teaching
sometimes
Harry
on the
how to fly
champagne.
helicopters, and Harry started giving him a load of shit, didn't he, in the classroom? So my mum's partner told him what I'd done in his grandmother's house.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I like big move that.
I had a fucking phone call off Prince Harry. He said, "Is that?" I'm not going to do the accent because I can't do it very well. He's like, "Is that Ricky?" I was like, "Yeah." He said,
Hello,
"It's
is that
Harry
Ricky?
here.
Is that
Prince
Richard?"
Harry. What's this I heard about you knobbing some Polish chick in my grandmother's house? I went, "Fuck off, Harry. Your family's fuck more Polish than I could dream of." And then he threatened to send the boys in suits round and put the phone down.
Ah.
Yeah, that's not the point. I'll send the boys in suits round.
Yeah,
He was
but
only
you,
having a crap.
you
like.
won that Le Mans
Oh,
game.
right,
See,
okay.
Yeah, I
the boys in
shagged
suits don't
Shagged
answer
in
the
his-
phone anymore.
Shagged in his nan's house, mate.
Yes, Ricky.
It was a good day.
I've shagged in your nan's house. I'll be honest, you know, on a council estate, that much less of a glamorous shout.
Are you tight with him then?
Harry.
Yeah.
I've not spoken to him before, after, or since.
You got his number. You got a number though.
No, it was withheld.
Oh, you answer withheld numbers.
I'm
Gangster
not
that,
daft,
Ricky.
is he?
Gangster.
I thought I was being wound up at first, but when my mum's partner got back,
So
it was
when
him.
did your mum's partner teach him to fly helicopters then?
2008, that was. The end of 2008, or early 2009.
So your
Yeah,
mum's
it was
partner.
2008. It was like November,
taught-
December 2008.
I thought you were in the Olympics 2014.
No, 2008.
Right,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
So your stepdad taught Prince Harry how to do.
I mean, they're not together.
Right.
now, but
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Sound.
Right.
That's a great story, that mate. I love the fact. I just want to talk more about the goose. I like to get every.
Clearly.
Yeah.
We
I
know
like-
exactly what your
Yeah.
porn
Hey,
history's
so
going to be after
I'm
this.
paid by
don't we?
numbers,
The thing
you
is, I'd
see.
love to give you more details, but you know them all now.
Oh, mate, you'll find something to ask you
No,
about
no,
in a
I
minute.
need to know. I
You
need
want to know what colour the toilet roll was and all that?
Yeah. How much toilet roll was
Was
there?
there a bog brush in there? I don't know.
How many toilet rolls? What?
There was two
toilet
big
rolls.
Yeah,
Was there?
gold
Was there a
taps.
bog brush or were they two posh bog brushes?
I didn't know.
Mirrors?
Honestly, like bog brush. Yeah, there was a mirror.
Could you see
Yeah, I
yourselves?
was like looking. I was doing double
Could you see
takes, man. It was
yourselves?
wicked. Yeah, I was looking at
I
myself.
bet it was a
at angles.
two-way mirror as well. They got you.
At that point, I didn't care.
Did you ask Harry when he phoned you, like, have you shagged your nan's house?
No, that was the conversation.
Imagine he hadn't.
Of course he has.
That's what I mean, though. But imagine he hadn't. Imagine that's why he was fuming.
He defo has.
That'd be funny if he was fuming
Yeah.
because he's like,
It's not really
Some
your
little
nan's
disabled guy
house,
from
though,
Telford's
is it?
done it
It's
before me, little
I'd be fuming with you.
Buckingham Palace. It's not a house.
good,
You
man.
bring your bed, but were you talking to one another during coitus, or did you just? Were you just
He's well into this.
All she said is, don't get spunk on my skirt and spit on it. That was it. Like,
He's trying to get a total visual picture.
Can you do him a favour? Can you say it in the accent so he can
yeah.
when he gets home later?
So it's you've had history with this girl, though, haven't you? So it's
I mean,
like
I
long
know her.
known her for years.
Yeah, I've known her for years. Like, yeah.
And then it all just came to a head.
Just need the toilet again.
Look, if he can wank while he's meeting the Queen, I can wank to his story on my podcast.
Yeah, but there was no, like, me and her have known each other. I still see her from time to time. Now there's nothing in it.
Do you ever see her and go, shagged Buckingham Palace?
Yeah, like.
Is
Why
she-
have you been back 3 times then?
Just get invited back from after different competitions, after different medals, like world championships and that. You get invited back.
How's she feel about you talking about it, or she sounds she's not?
Oh, she's sound. The only thing, because I've turned it into a bit. The only thing she's asked is if she's in the crowd, don't say it in case she's got her husband with her. But then I don't think they were together then, but I don't know for sure.
Is he disabled or not?
No.
What's
It's not like a fetish. Like,
I didn't want to go there, but you know, like some people say
Just
ginger's
open
a
the door.
fetish, don't they?
yeah. Not many.
so every time you're in vaccines, you get a little semi on, like muscle memory, like.
Oh yeah. It's good.
That's a good shout.
Smashing in Buckingham Palace. That is
Yeah,
cool.
and there was a guard outside as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Was it
But
like
not right outside. There's like
what kind of
some
guard? Not like a beef. Was it beefy with a big hat or
I
not?
don't know. He's in a suit and that.
Oh no.
And was the
Security.
bathroom quite grand, or was it just like a regular?
Oh yeah, it was well grand.
Was it?
Yeah, it was massive. Like all the toilets were like massive disabled toilets. Yeah.
Yeah, were they all meant to be disabled, or just like
You could
just
definitely
massive
have, like,
toilets?
a 3 wheelchair.
But like, I'm
gang.
imagining the bathroom to
Three
be like.
wheelchair.
You could definitely have a 3 wheelchair.
I'm
gang.
imagining this toilet to be like loads of big paintings on the walls and like gold trim and everything
there
and
was
all
like,
this.
There was a big mirror.
Just
There
a
was like
regular bathroom.
A big gold frame. It was quite grand. Big like gold frame around the around the mirror. There was gold taps. It was all like fancy shit on the sink.
Ta-
One of them
floor.
things you won't forget ever, isn't it?
Can't remember
floor.
Something Waddy's
I
not
wasn't
gonna
looking at
forget.
the floor, mate.
I would have.
He can't wait to get back to
You should have
his
got a
room, can he?
photo inside that toilet.
Honestly, getting a photo was the
The
last thing
bathroom.
on my mind.
It's a bathroom, not a toilet.
The only
was
thing
like
you
that,
wanted
it's
to do
just
was
a
not
toilet,
get
like,
jizz
all-
up her back,
All
didn't
I
you?
wanted to do is not get jizz on a skirt, like. Yeah, because it was a blue like.
Yeah, but if
Navy
you finish
blue.
it inside of it, mate, then it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
It's their fault then.
Listen, once you
Sat on the
jizz, you
toilet afterwards. She had
once
a-
you jizz, you don't fucking care. I'll be honest. And there's no point where I'd be like, oh yeah, I won't get jizz, and you. I'd be fucking.
Right, hang on, hang on.
I've jizz now. It's happened.
So, I've this has gone too. I'm trying to be more wholesome with this. I'm sorry to the listeners. Sorry, Jane. Anyone else that's watching. I just sometimes
Who's
get carried
Jane?
away. There's some woman that likes our podcast.
Our
I
first ever
get carried
patron.
away
Oh,
sometimes
hi,
when I hear
Jane.
stories like this. So I'm sorry about all that. And we're going to be more wholesome now. We're going to move to Doug and ask him about Jeremy Kyle. Not that that's going to be much more wholesome because he's a scumbag. But go
So,
on.
did you ever
no,
shag on
he
Jeremy
is.
Kyle?
In fairness, he didn't
no,
shag
Jeremy Cole
No.
doesn't fucking. Well, his show didn't like me. Anyway, I caused a lot of shit for his TV show.
Oh no, on before or after?
Doug.
Well,
You can Google this as well. Like I was
Yeah, it's
reading
on
it.
Like, so
Google.
was you on it?
no,
Right. So why did you call us shit?
because I got a message off the show one day, and yeah, well, because I was a naughty boy, it could have been for one of many things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instantly,
Well,
I
let him
was
tell us
like,
before we read it.
I was like, oh no, what's this?
Yeah.
And I've got a load of mates that are dickheads.
Yeah.
No,
So as soon as it come up, ring this number. I've rang the number, and they went, "Hello, the Jeremy Cole show." I went, "Is this Bainham?" And they went, "No, it's not Bainham." I went, "Is it Fennel?"
That was
It
just
was a
child
couple of
porn,
my
mate.
mates,
Yeah.
and they went, "No, it ain't." They went,
TikTok.
"Listen, put the phone down, Google the Jeremy Cole number, ring us
Yeah.
back." So I did it, put the phone down, Googled the number, rang them back. I says, "Hello, you've just told me to ring you back." They went, "Oh, is this Doug?" Instantly, I'm like, "Oh fuck,
Fuck
you
is
know,
this,
like,
yeah.
what's this?" And they said,
Right. Be honest. What was your biggest fear that it could have been?
"I'm not
He's not
telling
going
you."
to say.
There's been a lot of things.
I love
But
how
I'm-
shady Doug is.
Yeah.
He's got such an edge to him. He's got such an edge to him.
No,
No,
Look,
man,
Luke Daly's like,
listen,
what is it?
I'm
Not
a
telling
good
you.
boy
Like,
now, but I've done some things I fucking regret.
Right,
but it's made me who I am today, you know, and my son's not going to be like how I was, and he
Yeah.
isn't.
Okay.
So that's all you need to know. Do you know what I mean? All right? Loose lips sink
You're on here
ships.
to tell us the other
Stop
shit.
asking
Go on.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Also, the
You haven't brought me on here to
please.
talk about that.
Yeah.
No, we have.
plausible deniability has
Yeah.
kept me out of jail.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
that's all I'm saying. yeah. So
I'm sorry,
anyway, it
let's
could
get
have
put in
been one
jail,
of many things.
Right.
And then they went, "We're looking for a Douglas Carter from the Coventry area." Went to visit his friend in the Navy in Portsmouth. While he was down there, something happened. And now there's a 16-year-old girl looking for their dad. Does any of this ring any bells? And I went, yeah. I went, right, so we'll sort out for you to come on the show and that. And I went, nah, you're all right. And they were
Yeah.
like, well, why not? I said, well, I've got most of my own teeth. I own my own house. I've got a job. Don't really fit the
Yeah.
criteria, do I? And because of that, they didn't see that as a joke. They took it serious.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't put me in touch with her. I said, I'm not coming on the show. Can I get a number and everything? And they went, no. We need to go through all the criteria and that.
Rats.
I think what they were doing was they were waiting to see if I would.
Trying to
in
put a
the
bit of
end.
pressure on,
Yeah. And this went on for a few months, and it was just at the
Months,
start.
though? Fucking hell.
Yeah, this was just at the start of me making videos and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just learnt the power of social media.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have my Waffle Bollocks page, random Waffle Bollocks. I didn't have that page. But I was making videos. So then I rang them up this one day and I was like, can you put me in touch with her? And they went, we're busy. I went, you're going to fucking regret this. So then I thought, right. I was an ice cream man at the time. I was on a dog show in Peterborough. So I made this video saying everything I've just told you guys.
Yeah.
They won't put me in touch with her. Have I got any friends and family in Portsmouth? Can you share
Yeah.
the video? And then I put the phone down. Next thing you know, I'm serving someone and I just heard bood, bood, bood. Looked at it. 400 messages.
400 messages.
Yeah, the Mirror, the Telegraph,
Oh,
the
yeah.
People as well. People from America, India.
Yeah.
You name it in the country, in the world, sorry. I was getting messages from all over the world. I come home that night. I had the mirror at my door. I was like, fucking hell, man. Next day, I'm in Tesco's. I can't even remember who I was talking to, and someone went, fucking hell, that went mad, didn't it? 'Cause it was on Lab Bible and all this sort of shit. And then my phone went off, and I looked down. It was like, I think you're looking for my daughter. I was like, fuck. I think I found her. 23 hours, I found her.
Yeah.
So I went down to meet her. At that time, then I've gone and met her. Turns out she was my daughter.
Yeah.
So hang on, they said, I think you're looking for my daughter. They sent you a message in.
Was it a
because
dad, was
the video,
dad
the mum.
The
mum.
Oh,
So
right.
Wouldn't she know who you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she, the daughter had contacted the show because 16.
Yeah, but did the mum know your daughter contacted the show?
The mum had said to the daughter, when you're 16,
You
I'll
can
tell you what
you can look for him.
Yeah.
So she knew my name up until that point. That was
Yeah.
it. So then, because they wouldn't put me in touch with the show, like
Yeah.
obviously I did the Facebook campaign, and it like I say, it went global, and
Yeah.
I found her in 23 hours. So I went down, did the DNA test
It's
myself.
amazing that, isn't it?
Yeah, found her myself. A page has come off the back. In fact, I made a page up called Jeremy Cole Doesn't Care, which is a hate page.
Yeah.
But it flipped overnight. People messaging me saying, "Can you help me find my dad?" So I said,
Yeah.
"Don't know how to." Says, "Tell you what, give me the information. I'll put it on the page. See if we can
Yeah.
help you find." And we reunited in the first couple of months. About, I don't know, 15, 20 people.
It's amazing.
Wow.
But then it was taking over my life. So
Right.
I says, "Look, I want to get into stand up. This is a few months
Yeah.
in." I says, "I want to get into comedy and do a bit of stand up." I says, "I need help with this page because it's took over my life." So
Yeah.
a couple of people come on board and started helping me. And since that page was open, the last time I checked, we'd reunited over 300 people with lost relatives,
Yeah.
all for free. I've had
Amazing,
someone
man.
offer to buy the page off me who reunites people, but they charge. And he says,
Yeah.
"I'll give you." I
Scumbags.
can't remember what he offered, but
Yeah.
it was a good few grand. And I said, "No, I'm not
They'd
selling
be
my
dodgy
daughter
as
out."
fuck anyway,
So we've done it all. I mean, they charge now. Here's the thing, right? The two ladies that are on there now doing the page, absolutely fantastic women, and thank you for all your help. But these two ladies, they're on a page that helps find,
Yeah.
and it costs them money. So I said, "Listen, pass that fee on, something like a tenner. But to
Yeah.
find people, it costs you like 160, 170 quid, whereas
Yeah.
these will do it for a donation, which is a
Yeah.
tenner." But yeah, we've reunited over 300 people. Well, a lot more now because they're still doing it now. Like,
Yeah.
but
So what was it? So you thought it was 16 when you met her for the first time?
yeah,
And what was that like?
weird as fuck.
So did you go down and meet her, or did she come meet
I
you?
went down to meet her, yeah. But I knocked the door and it was a bit weird because I'm a grown man going.
Did she
Yeah.
know what? Did she know what you looked like at that point? Because she'd seen the video. Or anything?
She'd obviously seen the video, but
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about her. I didn't know what she looked like.
Yeah.
Anything.
Were
I didn't
you
know.
with the mum for a bit, or is it just
One
literally
night stand.
Was it? Yeah.
My mate had a fight in a nightclub. He was in the Navy. He nutted some submariner. I've gone to the bar to get a drink, turn round, and there's this submariner there, little beefy geezer, blood all over his nose. And he went, "Are you with that geezer?" Big group of them behind, because it's like Portsmouth, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
Navy.
Yeah.
And I'm there with 2 pints. He went, "Is that your mate?" And I went, "No." And I sort of just turned around and walked
Judas.
off. And then,
Met the one. Met.
yeah.
Went back, and then you never got any. There's not. I suppose
Yeah,
it's
the
but way
next day.
before like social media
That's
thing, so you can
Such
find
a
someone.
pager. That was it.
Such
Yeah.
a weird way to message though. I think you're looking for my daughter. No. Oh yeah, Doug, we had a one night stand 16 years ago.
She might not know him.
Out there.
Yeah.
I think what happened is someone had gone round to her house and went,
Is that him? Yeah.
"Look,
I
what's
suppose
happened
does it
here?"
look a bit? Does she look
Did
a
you
bit
have her
like
though
you?
when
She was a
16 years
spitting
ago?
image of me. Just
There you go, then that's probably
thinner
why.
beard and bigger boobs. Like.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, that's probably why then. So if you went, oh, there's a story going out, and then if the mum goes that I've had a one night stand, I had my kid, and in this area, and then she sees a photo of him on Jeremy, and she goes, this could. And they go, I think it might be my daughter,
Yeah.
I looked a lot
because that might be
different
terrifying for the mum as well.
What,
as well, you know? She's going, what's he like or something?
Yeah. So since then, you reunited 300 people. Is everything all right with your daughter now?
then. Yeah, she's moved up to Manchester with her partner.
How many years ago was this, if you don't mind me asking?
I think she's 22 or 23 now.
Right, so it was 6 years ago now, sort of thing. Wow. Like, I know it sounds like a good thing, like 300 people you're reunited with, but there's a load of men there going, fucking hell, you've cost me a fortune here, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I didn't want to see that kid again.
Depends what age you get him at, though, innit?
I've been through it myself. Here's the problem, yeah. I've been through it by myself. I've been brought up by a mum and a dad. My mum's my real mum. My dad's my stepdad. Love him to bits. He's the one that brought me up.
Yeah.
But when I went and found my real dad,
yeah,
basically sperm donor, wanker, he didn't want to know me, which is I'm not going into it because he's got kids and stuff, and it's like not fair on them and his missus because she doesn't know nothing about it. But he did to me what I'd never want to happen. I was like, he just blanked me.
You're not worried? Like, it's just the other thing though. If you're going to do that page, there must be part which goes, actually, well, I need to, like, we've got to pre-warn people. You might want to look for this person, but they might not want to know you.
I think in your head you already know that. You know that in your head there's certain things that could happen. There's loads of different ways it could work out.
I've got a mate who found didn't really know who his dad was. Sort of got told for years bits about him. Yeah, and then like found a photo. And I was like, and someone put it on Facebook, like, oh, my granddad. Someone, do you know that lad is next to him? So, my uncle, do you know who that lad is next to him? He's like, no, what do you mean? That's your dad, that. And his mum never told him. He's like, she goes to his mum, is that my dad? He's like, yeah. Why did you tell me you got a photo of him? She's like, well, didn't think it matter, blah, blah, blah. Puts the photo out. He'd been sort of looking at him. Asked Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle couldn't find him, apparently. Been sort of, because I think his mum never really told him the real details because she didn't really want to get in touch. Put it out there. Eventually found him. Got in touch with this lad. Got in touch with the dad. Dad's like, first time he called, the wife answered. She was like, no, doesn't want to know you, sort of thing. Put it down.
Yeah, well, that happened to me.
She just tried to keep them apart. The wife tried to keep them apart. Then eventually the dad calls him back. They get in touch for a little bit, but then I think what had happened was he'd been working away. Got with me mate's mum, shag sort of thing, had a kid. And then when the work had finished, they'd gone home and didn't know what to do about keeping up with the kid because he'd had a partner at home and he cheated on her with their sort of thing. And then him turning up had reignited all that. And he tried for about 6 months trying to keep in touch with him. But my mate was thinking, everything's amazing. I finally met my dad. I've got a brother and sister that I didn't know. They're great with me. Well, I think the brother after a while started getting a bit jealous of him. Sister loved him straight away. So they had all this relationship, all going like, I got this great relationship with my sister, brother, I'm sure it'll be great in the end. Dad open up to me, whatever, like, seems to want to know me. And then just slowly sort of
I think it's a risk you take, isn't it?
Just slowly stopped. And like,
surely you just assume that, don't you?
I think the wife just started like, was hating the whole thing from the start. I think she just sort of slowly get
so everything you feel with yours when you met your dad,
right? Well, with what happened to me with my dad, I didn't want, because I knew she was looking for me. I didn't want her to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Of like that. I wanted a dad. Know, yeah. And then when I found him and him not wanting to know, I felt so disheartened, and it was disgusting, you know, because like. I've been brought up by a white mum and dad. I don't know if you could tell. I'm actually half Sicilian, and I didn't find that out until I found my dad. Now, I've been called all the names under the sun, the P word, the N word, because my town was very racist back in the day. So when I met her, the first thing I wanted was...
My dad not knowing your heritage sort of thing?
Say again?
That's my dad not knowing your heritage sort of thing?
I didn't find out until I was in my 30s. So I was called all these words. I'd go back to my mum and I'd be like, Mum, I've been called the P word. And she'd be like, they're just jealous of your tan. And like, can you remember the film Cass?
Yeah.
And when he tries to scrub his colour off, I've tried to do that. Wow. So the first thing when that happened to me, I wanted to make sure when I met my daughter, it was a case of like, I want her to know the minute I get there that she's wanted. Yeah. And also I wanted to let her know that what nationality. I says, you ever been abused over your colour? And she went, yeah. I says, I'm half Sicilian, so you're quarter Sicilian. So I wanted her to know. I wanted her to know that what I'd gone through and to stop that in the bud. Do you know what I mean? And because of what had happened with my dad, I thought I'm not gonna. And don't get this wrong. Yeah, I love my stepdad. My stepdad he means the world to me. Yeah. He's the man that brought me up. He's the man that made me the man I am today. So, but you still need to know who you are and what you are.
Yeah.
So I wanted her to.
When you were doing the Facebook stuff, let's say you'd found them, did you approach the mum or the dad? Well, it'd be the dad, wouldn't it? Did you approach them to see if they wanted to be contacted, or did you just fucking spring it on them?
Well, I knew they wanted to be contacted anyway because the daughter had got in touch with the Jeremy Cole
No, but he's
show.
saying when you started doing
did
the
Facebook
page
thing.
and you started reuniting other people.
So when you
did you
started
know getting
doing
contact
it,
people that they were looking for and go, this person's looking for you. Do you want to be found?
They did it in private. I don't have nothing to do with it now. So it's,
No, but when?
Yeah, but
so
when
did
you
you
did-
ever do it? Was you ever reunite?
when I
people?
did it at first, it was putting it on a page. And then I put the information on a page because I weren't part of a finding page. I'd just put the information they get up, people in the area, because that page got up to like 52,000 followers in overnight. So then I says, just help, share it. So then people would share it and then they'd find people that way. Whereas now everything's done behind the screen where they'll give them the details and they go, right, this is the person. And then they'll contact them and say, this person's trying to get in contact with you. And that's kind of how they do it. Some maybe want to be found, some don't.
Some don't want to be found.
I reckon some don't they?
Yeah, cause like I say, that's my mate. He saw they found his dad. Then he sort of got rejected twice, sort of thing. Like once he thought he'd been rejected, or
it's a risk you take in that situation, isn't it? But I just wanted my daughter to not have that risk.
But he had 6 months of telling everyone how amazing it was that he found his dad, and then there's another comic who then decided, oh, okay, off the back of what he said, wrote to his dad to be like, I'm just getting back in touch. You left me when I was like 6, sort of thing. And his dad
just sent a big blue thumbs up.
And his dad just said, that's it. His dad just sent him back a letter going,
enough to tell you.
I left you. I left you. I don't want to know. That's literally what it was. He went back and went, I left you. Nothing's changed. And he was like, fucking hell. So he had 6 months of feeling like, oh, this is amazing. I got jibbed again. In that 6 months, it's probably caused a load of fucking damage by telling every cunt whose parents doesn't know one of the parents, get in touch, it'll be amazing. They've all just been fucking blank.
I think in your head, when you're going to find someone, you know that it could go one or two ways, innit? So you've got to be sort of prepared. Because when I did it, I was in my head, I was thinking all this grandeur of it.
It's such a hard one that you want to use as well, because there's no like rejection, is there? But like the child obviously feels something.
What did you feel?
What?
When you just about to say it, and you
not his. I remember with his daughter, sort of thing. So did your dad get off?
My dad fucking owned a chip shop, and the minute I knocked his door and mentioned it, he was never worked in that chip shop again. I went back there and his sons were there, and I was like, "Where's your dad?" And they were like,
say his
"Stop working here."
your brothers.
That's because he was. It turns out his sons. I was 33 at the time. One son was 31, and one was 35. So when I've gone in there, I was like, "So who are you?" We're his sons. I'm 31. I'm 35,
like
and I was like. Yeah, I was like a mixture between. I had hair, I had long hair, and the first time I seen the first brother, the oldest one, he had hair missing here, but the dad had a comb over as well. So I was like, he ain't my dad, I've got hair. And then I started going in the bath, washing my hair, and then I looked down, and there was hair in the bath. Fuck, he could be me dad. Then he fell out, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, he is my dad, isn't he? But he's a midget. And then I went to he was only like small. Can you say that now?
I don't know. But you just
No.
He's a dwarf. He was a small geezer. Yeah.
Your dad was.
Yeah, small. So I'm thinking,
I know,
I'm fucking huge, this guy. But then when I went down and I met the sons, one of them was like short and stocky, and
What's
the
your
other
mum
one,
like? She like massive.
oh, my mum was a fucking unit, man.
Oh, shit, yeah.
She was
Right,
makes
like a
sense
wibble
there.
wobble. She was massive.
She never fell down.
Yeah, straight back up.
She was like Ricky.
Send her to
Yeah. She was brought up in the mean streets, the mean fucking hospitals of Budapest.
Yeah.
VP massive.
She was a tough woman, mum. I wasn't scared of my dad. I was like my stepdad. I was scared of my mum.
So when you met him, did he just like nah, ta-da, don't want to know you or?
Well, I left my note. The first thing I said to him was chip batch, please. Because
Yeah.
I says, is this your chippy? And he was like, yeah, why? And I went, I just need to have a word. And I was like, look, here, get in touch with me.
Did he not look at you and go, shit?
Oh shit.
He must have, because I was a spitting image. I was a mixture of his two sons.
I look just like my dad. So like, if I didn't have my dad, so then I'd just turn up at the door, he'd be like,
I don't think I look like him, but I look like his sons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So you're the middle one.
Yeah.
So why?
He's obviously fucking cheap.
This is why I didn't want to go any further with
Oh
him.
God, yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Come on, mate. We've got way past the 137. This one. I need another piss. I said to Doug, I need to go for the piss. I'm over to concentrate, and it's building back up now.
Well,
once I have that one pit, I'm finished. Me.
I didn't look like him, but I looked like his sons. And then,
Right.
when I went in and met him, I went, listen, I ain't bothered about your dad. Says, I don't need a dad. I've got a fucking dad. I says, all I want to do is, I've got a kid. I didn't know about my daughter at the time.
Yeah.
And my missus was pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she was pregnant or we were trying for a kid. I said, I need to know if there's any illness in the family, why I'm this colour, and all this different stuff. And they went, well, you're Sicilian. We've got no illnesses in the family. So I didn't need to go any further.
We had a bit of that. So like when my wife was pregnant, she never met her dad. He fucked off when she was like 4 months.
But you need to know first.
She was a bit like, when we were having a baby, there was part of us like, do we try and find to go, hey, you haven't got any, like, what goes on, any in your family that we need to know about, like sort of thing. But we just never bothered, like, whatever we have sort of thing.
So you've took the risk, which is
it's just like,
not everybody knows like, anyway.
She's got no desire to meet him. She's got no desire to meet him, and it's like, well, why said it all? No matter what they tell us, nothing's going to change. So
yeah. See, the thing for me as well was I knew there was something missing. Do you know what I mean? Even though I had a stepdad and a mum,
just want closure.
They were both white, and I was brown.
Yeah.
So in a way, I felt like I needed to know. I tried because my mum wouldn't tell me as a kid what I was or what nationality.
She know?
Of course she did. Yeah, she knobbed him. But
yeah, but like, but I meant like,
well, yeah, you know what I mean. If you met my mum,
was she in a relationship with him, or was it like?
No, it was a one night thing.
Well, that's what I mean. So she might not have known what he was.
Yeah, well, she did. She was with a biker, greasy biker, and years later, when I said to her, I said, "Listen, who was it? I need to know. Come on, mum." And she was like, right, I was seeing a greasy biker, really pale, and then I went out for a night to the cinema with this guy from a chippy that was Italian.
Sounds lovely.
Then, so then I've gone, she loved
you need
a
to
bit.
Script this
Italian chippy.
Well, this is why I'm saying
don't get many of them either.
That's why what's his name said it was why Gareth Berliner said this is your Edinburgh hook. So the plan is to have this as the show. I've got the picture, ain't I?
It's mad the way it circles round.
Yeah, but that's what. But anyway, that's why I needed to know who I was and that, because I tried because of the names I was being called as a kid. I tried jerk chicken, I didn't like it. So I ruled out Jamaican. Yeah. I tried curry and I didn't like it.
And the whole time you just need to know carbonara.
I loved pizza and pasta, so it was like I knew before I knew. Do you know what I mean?
How do you find it mad that Italian had a chippy? Like that's weird.
Yeah.
Did they do
it was a chippy and do you know? I'm not going into it
because it must have been a pizzeria and all.
No, they had I can't even say what they had next to it because it'll give it away. And Coventry's a small city, so,
right? Fair enough.
And I don't want to get.
You don't want people turning up at his house going, "Hey, you're fucking."
I don't want his wife.
His
wife doesn't know. She's an innocent party. So as far as I'm concerned,
listen, she walks past you in the street, she knows. Then if you look like them the way you say, the thing is, if you're now on the internet, you got so many thousand followers. I think the wife probably knows.
Yeah, she knows, mate. Just tell us the name of the pizza place.
Your wife's seen his wife has seen your page on Facebook and gone.
So anyway, I need to get back because I need to watch the F1. I think that's on tonight.
Right.
Oh, madness.
Well, no, that's really interesting.
But yeah, there's my Edinburgh hook for hopefully next year. So come and watch my Edinburgh show, you bastards.
You start to open no other orphans are sitting here now watching, thinking, "Fuck, I need to get my Edinburgh show."
To be honest,
show done.
To be honest, I used to be a dancer
how many Cerebral Palsy comedians there are.
I was a dancer on the drum and bass scene, and I travelled the country years ago. So there might be a few more.
Can
you move?
Is that when you thought you were black?
I could. No.
Can you move? Yeah.
No, I'm mad on the drum and bass scene. Yeah.
You a good dancer though?
I wobble more now. But
I
can still go.
Less of the wobbling jokes.
Yeah, well, that's since knocking about with you, isn't it? I dance like I'm doing the slalom.
Yeah. Well, I do need another piss.
No. We just call it now.
Seems a shame to call it, but I
got to have them on again, aren't we?
Mate, yeah. I've had fun.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been fantastic.
Seeing as I was the last minute as well. Cheers.
Thank you. Spivvy.
Yeah, fuck him.
You have to wait till fucking
what's his name?
4 more years till this opportunity comes around again. 4 more fucking years, mate.
Only a fucking bronze. And I told you, I'll beat you because I'll just bounce the ball on the table. What are you going to do? Can't get on it. So he's got me.
So we'll do the admin online. Where can we find you,
Instagram, Twitter, Ricky_Balshaw.
Anything you want to plug? Any civic you
got your night in Telford?
Yeah, I got my Telford night.
It's a great gig. He's done it. My seal of approval.
It's a nice room.
I've not done it.
You don't travel at Liverpool, do you?
Exactly.
That is a myth. That is a myth. I will travel outside of Liverpool if it suits.
All right, send me a video.
If it
suits. We might give you a little 5 spot.
Yeah.
Go on, dressage, funny.
First Monday.
Fucking hell, it's hard to be a comedian. It's to be a dressage. There's 6 people doing it. Come on.
First Monday of every month, Talford at Southwater. You can get the tickets on the link in my socials. That'll do.
Sweet. What about you? What's you, Ricky? Where do we find you? You've got about 8 things to plug. What was your page called where people can reunite? Just because we talked about that so much.
The reuniting page is Jeremy Cole doesn't care. Because he doesn't, and he's a prick.
But don't get in touch with Doug about that, because you can't want to do with him anymore. So.
No, I've got admin that look after that page, so message the page if you are looking for someone, but they do ask for a £10 donation, which I think is cheap. If you go elsewhere, you'll find out. And that's just to keep the page running. Then my comedy stuff, Random Waffle Bollocks, BOLLOX at the end, not CK. And I'm on the TikTok, I can't even remember. Doug Carter. I've had 2 beers now. I'm one away from being wanker. You can find me on TikTok, Doug Carter comedy and that.
Just Google Doug Carter TikTok and his handle.
As always, you can find all our guests by checking out who we follow, because we only follow the people who've been in the pod to make it easier for anyone to find them.
Sweet.
You're not on Instagram yet, but you're going to be.
I am on Instagram, yeah.
Doug
Instagram? _Carter_comedy_ and that.
He knows that, doesn't he? Fucking the one he doesn't use.
No, I got it wrong, actually.
Right.
But it's something like that.
We'll find them again. Look who we follow. The only thing we need to plug, Patreon. Patreon.com/another1podcast.
Patreon.com/another1podcast. £3 a month.
Come support the boys. Get more of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
And if you subscribe £10 patrons from now, so when this episode goes out, which will be whatever date, to
he hasn't run whatever he's about to offer now. He hasn't run this by me. So.
24 hours. If you become a £10 patron within that 24 hours, I'll tell you what Ricky told me before. He told me
No, he won't. No, he won't.
He fucking won't.
No!